Alright, almost there, guys. I'm trying to play what layout. I like that. I like that. 6. Okay, boom. Okay. There's something else you can put up here. The boards. Okay. Do, 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 do. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. How's everybody doing today? This podcast versus the world. This is Cameron L. Abington in the place to be. Boy, this has been a day today, hasn't it? Let's start off like this. I do a podcast called Podcast versus the World. We do 3 days a week. And it's been one of them somber days today, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. We're gonna get through it together. Let's start here. Podcast versus the World, sponsored by Doobie Energy Drink. Go to doobie.gg, use code Podcast versus the World. It's great stuff. Please give it a try. Check out the website, rss.com/podcast versus the world. Yeah. Hold on. All right. Put my hat on there for a second. Yeah. It's been a somber day today. Somber day. And them days you wake up and you look at everything and you don't know what to think. Well, I sure don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. When you see the carnage that happened to people who were praying at school, who do we go to fix this? Who do we go to fix this, everybody? It's crazy right now what's going on. It's a sombering day. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is nuts. Jesus Christ. What are you doing? I'm trying to do something. Send the damn handle. Yeah, what about anybody? If you want to talk about how we fix gun violence, let me know. This is crazy. How do the rest of the countries in the world? I'm sitting here, I looked up something. Hey, if you like the comment, if you get on here, like and share, please. Like and share. While I'm sitting there trying to. I don't know how to even use that. Hopefully, get some people on here. We let everybody know that we're going to be on. So here's some information. According to data from 2009 to 2018, guess who has the most school shootings during that time? The United States has over 288 school shootings. This is from 2009 to 2018, right? Decent sample size. Decent. I say a decent sample size with 288. Mexico is next with 8. South Africa with 6. India with 5. Nigeria with 4. Pakistan with 4. Afghanistan with 3. Brazil, Canada, and France with 2 each. Why? Okay. Why is this the case? Why is it our schools in America, the greatest country on this earth, why is that? You know, why is it our country? This is one of those tough issues. I want somebody to give me some. What do you got? What do you guys think that we should do to fix this problem? And I don't know if it's a right issue, a left issue. I don't think it's a political. Like if you were Donald Trump, right? We know Donald Trump can do anything he wants to. He can write any law he wants to. If he wanted to do a presidential decree or whatever, he could do that. He could easily do that. We're just waiting on people to show up. What do we do about this situation? We have kids who were just in a school praying that got killed today. 2 kids, 17 injured, I believe. What's the remedy? What's the remedy? They said this man had a rifle, shotgun, and I think a handgun. He ended up killing himself. Now, they don't know if he left a manifesto as of right now. Let's see here. While I'm sitting here waiting on people to join in. We'll just wait for more people to show up. When they want to jump in, jump in. If you want to jump in, let me know. Jump in, jump in. It's a tough one. This is a tough one. I'll let everybody know. This is a tough situation. I don't know the answer. I have no idea what the answer is. And that's me sitting here telling you, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the answer is. Okay, we got somebody from Georgia. You want to jump on? Jump on. Let me know what you think. What's the answer to fixing the gun problem in America? Hello?
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing today?
Good.
So with the situation in Minneapolis,
Mm-hmm.
how do we fix that? What I mean, this is the saddest thing I've seen. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. I don't even know how. I don't even know what to think right now. So,
It
um, go
well,
ahead, ma'am.
I mean, just like what you say, we are in like a do loop. We're on that gerbil wheel. We're constantly talking about the same thing after something happens. We didn't learn from Uvalde, we didn't learn from Columbine. We're still doing the same things. And you've got um, the Republicans, again, with their thoughts and prayers. And
Yeah,
then you
that
got
gets
them
old.
always saying it's not the pew pews, it is mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yo,
but we
what's up, my
make
nigga? How you doing?
we make
Hello.
the
Go ahead, man.
we make the
Huh?
pew pews so accessible.
Yes.
My nigga, what are we
And
talking about in here?
Hold on real quick, man. I'll let you know. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
no, and so that's what it is. I mean, we have the NRA, and I am pro Second Amendment. I'm retired Army. I'm pro Second Amendment, but I am against pew pew stupidity,
Mm,
irresponsibility,
mm.
and we just don't seem. You just talk about um, background checks. That's just too much. That's against the Second Amendment. So no matter what you try to do, it's
Yo,
always going
bitch
to be
ass
against
nigga,
the
yo,
Second
what the fuck
Amendment.
is going on up in this bitch?
Well, we're talking about gun violence in America. How do we stop the shootings? We just had the shooting in Minneapolis, and how do we fix it? How do we fix the problem? And she was
I
talking.
don't
So
know, like, send all this, I don't know, send all the Mexicans away.
what does the Mexicans got to do with gun shooting, with gun
Nah,
violence?
send all the black people away, for real.
All the who?
All the black people.
Oh, dude, you're talking
Yeah,
silly.
you got to go.
I can't deal with you
Fuck you,
today.
white bitch, you ugly cunt. Fuck you, bitch.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, we can't. We're. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
oh,
I am
honey, like
so
I said,
sorry.
I spent 26 years in the Army, and I'm running for Congress.
Oh,
if
are
you
you
don't think
really?
if you don't think that I haven't heard anything,
Oh,
that's nothing.
I just want to say that's not when we have people come. We come on very more respectful than that, and
I
I apologize. That
no,
guy sounded like he was high,
I
or
I get them on my lives all the time.
yeah. I mean, we're trying to fix a problem. I mean, it's and the problem is it's not one. What I see a problem is there's too much money in our government from these lobbyists. You're right, NRA. You're
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
I'm tired of this happening. These people were praying.
I That's the thing. And then it's the children that are involved, and it's like here in Georgia
Mm-hmm.
last year we had at a school, we had a shooting at a school, and talk about what's the word, you can't read the room.
Right.
One of our congressmen had an assault pew pew and decides to fire it like right after this happened in his district.
Oh my.
So so tell me about, I mean it I and then like Georgia, um they repealed, so you can open carry on college campuses.
Hmm.
That makes absolutely no sense.
I we I don't know. We having rights is one thing. And I'm like I said, I believe in carrying your gun. Here in Kansas, we have a constitutional carry. Is what we do in
Huh?
Kansas. So
What part of Kansas are you in?
by Wichita.
I used to live in Wichita.
Did you really?
Yeah. McConnell Air Force Base.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes.
I was stationed on
Yes.
McConnell.
Yes. Yes. I am southeast of Wichita. Southeast of Wichita, actually. I won't give my where I live at 'cause you
Oh,
just
sure,
never
sure.
know. With the people on here, sometimes you meet some interesting people. So I
Yes,
always tell them
I
Wichita.
understand.
And I always tell them Wichita, Southeast. If you can figure out from there, then you're very good at your job.
There we go.
But there has to be a solution. Now they don't know if he had a manifesto, as far as I could tell yet. I was
Well,
trying
they
to
did
keep up with.
say he had a lot of negative writings
Yeah, he
about
had
anti-Semitic.
kill
Um,
Trump, kill
mhm.
Mexicans, kill Jews.
Uh-huh.
I think, and
Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah, I'd seen that. Supposedly the FBI is going to look into it, so we'll see.
Well, we'll see how close they look, as close as they did when uh, the president had his first A attempt.
Yes,
So
yes,
hopefully it'll be a little bit more detailed than that was.
yeah. I don't know how much they did when they looked into when the people that got what do you call it pew pewed
Yeah, huh?
the Congress people up there in Minnesota. I don't know how
Right.
far they even looked into it when that happened. To be honest, I
See,
don't remember Trump even saying, "Hey, sorry, Governor Waltz, for what happened," or did he even say sorry or or give his condolences for?
yeah, he did.
Did he
All he
finally do
said
it?
was he did send my thoughts and prayers are with them, and then that
Okay,
was it.
that was it. Hmm.
And we see how far that's been going.
Yeah, it's it's I don't know what to say anymore.
Well, when that was one of the things that I was running on, because the first thing is when somebody finds out, that I'm a Democrat, they say here, at least in Georgia, so
Mhm.
you're the one that's going to take my pew pew away. And I'm like, no. But I'm trying to say, why can't we all sit down and really discuss what would you do? I'm trying to put it back into their lap. If
There you
if
go.
this was your child or your grandchild, or even a sibling that went to, if this was going to happen to them, what would you want to see done differently? And
Yes,
but I
yes.
can't get people to sit down because it'll be an uncomfortable conversation for them, because then they would really truly have to look at it, and they would really have to truly look at me in the eyes and say, "Oh, no, no, I don't care if a family member or my own child got hurt, because I am going to make sure that my Second Amendment is always going to be protected." They would have to do that, and they wouldn't be able to.
That's the problem. I see what's going on in America, Congress especially. I mean, there's reports that up in the U.S. Congress. Is that what you run for U.S. Congress or?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, shit, I'm happy to meet you.
Oh,
Uh, hey, you're the first big guest we've had on here.
well,
Let
all
me.
right.
Heck yeah, I'm happy. They don't even talk to each other. According to reports that I've heard, that these people don't even talk to each other. I mean, is it that toxic up there? Have you heard it being so toxic up there where they don't even talk? I hear that on
It
TV, and I'm like, is that true?
it has gotten worse, but there are, like, there's a caucus, the Problem Solvers Caucus. I don't know how good they're actually working, because they're both sides, and that is something like I want to be part of, because it is
Problem solvers.
Democrats
Okay.
and Republicans, and they actually do work together. But how that caucus is actually working right now, I really don't know.
Oh right. Oh right. Hey, so you're running in Georgia.
Hmm.
Okay. So I mean, what are you running on? What is your platform that you want to tell? I mean, we got people coming in here and there. Hello, Haley. Hello. Let's see. We
So,
got.
I
Let me
mean,
let me
one,
yell at some people
oh,
real quick. See, sports.
please,
How you
please go
doing?
ahead.
Rooster. Liberals are the problem with America. I will talk to you about that later. But we're having this. We'll get into that, Rooster. Man, you get into this quite often, actually. All right. Well, we're getting there. So I mean, so what is your platform that you're running on for? Where you want for House, right? For the House,
Uh-huh.
and what
So one of the
district?
big things in my district
Hmm.
is it's very rural, and I
Yes.
have
Okay.
I have 15 counties. Um, and as I went through them, and I actually sat down with so many people, and of course everything keeps on coming up is the pay. $7.25
Mm.
is just, you figure, was it 18 years? We haven't touched it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's crazy. And, and, you know, we had a bunch of factories closed down due to NAFTA, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing ever came back. So when I'm driving through all these rural areas and I see these massive buildings that are now all overgrown, it's just so sad. And many people say, hey, I want to keep my rural area rural. I don't want big city coming here. And it's like, okay, so what would you like to see happen? And so they'll come up with some suggestions, and it's like, okay, let's see what kind of businesses we can bring. And then you have a lot of people that say, I don't want to go to college, but I want a good paying job. So it's like, all right, what union jobs can we bring with training? What kind of relationship can we have with the local schools that could do training, on the
Mm.
job training?
Mm.
So those are the things that people were telling me, and so those are the things that I'm trying to run on. I want to run on their voice. Too many
Yes,
times
ma'am.
Washington's dictating to you what they're going to do, and it's like, I want people to know, whatever you tell me, then that's what we're going to put together. We're going to create. It's for us and by us, and
Yes,
that's what
ma'am.
we're going to be bringing to DC. Like my guy that won, it was an open seat last year.
Mm-hmm.
He is Trump's political director, or was
Mm.
his political director,
Okay.
and he was born here, but he doesn't live here.
Ah.
But he got elected. His signs all said Trump endorsed. That's all it needed to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he was never here. He was always flying around with either Trump or Vance, and that's it. And since he has been elected, he refuses to sit down with any Democrats. We can never find him, and we only find out where he's been until after he's posted it on social media. And again, it's only staying within the Republican Party. Or he just got back from Israel. He spent a bunch of time with Netanyahu, the beginning of August.
Mm.
Then he's been flying around right now because he is the, what do you call, the National Republican Congressional Committee. So he is
Okay.
the one
Okay.
responsible for flipping Democratic seats. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what he's doing right now on break. He's flying around to Democratic cities to see which seats they're going to flip.
Right.
So he's not here. But we're
Mm-mm-mm.
paying his salary.
Yes. Yes. I got a question for you. So the big beautiful bill, how is it affecting? How will it affect Georgia? I mean, how do you see it?
Easy.
Going after Georgia.
So I've already done the research on that. So right now I have two rural hospitals that are on the chopping block to close.
Oh wow.
And one of the rural hospitals, if it closes, the one that they would go to would be the other rural hospital that's going to close. And so right now you're looking at a 45-minute drive. No, I take that back. A 45-mile drive to the next hospital. So if
Wow.
you are having any type of medical emergency, and I said, you basically signed their death sentence. And now the hospitals that they're going to send them to, they're already overrun. We've got a lot of people, and this is what's very, very interesting, is I have very, very red areas.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
those are the ones that are at 18%, 20% at or below the poverty level.
Mm-hmm.
Their SNAP benefits, their Medicaid benefits are the
Mm-hmm.
ones that are going to be significantly affected. And so, but one of the things I'm trying to let them know is I'm trying to be proactive. Let's see what we can do, because if seriously, if we can get a Democratic Congress in place, they can actually put a pause on the one big beautiful bill.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
And we need to let people know. But because this is not going to go into effect until 31 December,
Yep.
people when they go to the when they go to vote in November, they're going to say, "See, you were fear mongering. See, I still have my benefits. See," and it's like, honey, it has not hit you yet. So
Yes,
the other
ma'am.
thing about the bill, I've got two nursing homes that are getting ready to that will potentially close, and if I'm concerned about if that person there does not have any family left, where do they go? I want to make sure that they're taken care of.
So how do they
But
decide that? How do they decide that if I mean, so let's say Georgia, they're losing their money.
uh-huh.
So would the state have to like raise taxes to try to maybe try to save them, or how does that work exactly? Do
The,
you know? I've
the
always wondered
money
that.
the money has is for Medicaid, and they have cutting back the Medicaid money. So my seniors, I'm trying to let them know, people on Medicaid, the reimbursement is already low. So if they try to go find doctors, some of the doctors have a cap and they say, I
Yes.
can't take any more. So a lot of the people got to go outside the county to another county.
Mm.
They're talking about with the Medicaid cuts, some doctors may say, hey, it covers A, B, C. Now we might only just cover A, and you're going to have to figure B and C out of pocket. The same thing is being looked at for Medicare. Some of those people that are on Medicare, if they have, um, things that are covered, they may no longer be covered, or they're going to be covered at a lower value, which means that doctor is going to get paid less. And they
Mm.
may start to say, hey, I can only take so many Medicare patients.
I've seen
So,
that. I've seen that here in
see,
Kansas. Yes.
and and the last thing is when it comes to the Social Security, I was trying to figure out how many people in 7 years will be on Social Security in my districts. How many of them, if they had to take a 24% decrease because Social Security is no longer solvent, how many of those people will now be at or below poverty level?
Mm.
Who's going to take care of those seniors?
Right.
So I'm trying to think ahead and let people know without being fear mongering, but it's like, this is the reality if we continue to go down this road. In the Army, I was a strategic analyst. So that was one of my jobs, was to be a future thinker for the military and
Mm.
do all
Okay.
these what if scenarios. And so I'm just trying to take that skill and do those same what if scenarios to let people know this is what could happen and you need to be aware.
Yes, ma'am. So what is your name again? Let me get your name one more time.
Sure, Maura Keller.
Maura
And you
Keller.
can, yeah, and you can go to
Maura.
maurakeller.com and you can learn more about me and my platform.
Hey, could you please follow me so I can sit here and shout
You
you out? I'm gonna do a YouTube tomorrow morning, and I want to make sure I shout you out to everybody, all my followers, and everything
appreciate you
else. I
so
would, I would,
much.
I would really love doing that because I love talking to people with intelligence. And I mean, because really, when we have people who come on, or I mean, people that you watch in the news, and it's like, you guys don't even care about us. You don't care.
That
I mean, it's like the crazy part is they know that the situation of their state, right?
mhm.
And they still voted for this big, beautiful bill, knowing it's going to destroy a lot of people in their state. They don't care. And it drives me crazy. Let me be very honest. It drives me crazy when I sit here and I'm watching this and I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. How can you do that to how can you do that to the people who you represent? I don't understand.
What's interesting is so when after the one big beautiful bill came out and I was going around and talking about it, I would say, how many people here own a yacht? And people are like, what the hell are you talking about? I said, no, how many people here own a yacht? And they're like, well, we don't. And I'm like, man, you still have time because you can get $50 million tax deduction for any modifications, changes, whatever you got to do to that yacht. And all I could think of was Bezos,
Yes.
on those guys. That's going to be a great deal for them, but it doesn't affect my guys. Or if you have a jet, they had a huge, you can, whether you're using it personally or for business. We're not talking about, we're gonna help our farmers and give them, gas for their equipment or allow them to right to repair. We're not talking about stuff like that. Everything in there was crazy. And so my guy, as a freshman, because of his position to Trump, was put on the rules committee. And that's the committee that, when the bill's coming through, and the Democrats, what, they gave him over 500 amendments that they wanted to be put in. They went through each and every amendment, and he voted on each one no. And one of them was very simple: make sure no Homeland Security money is going to be used to arrest or deport or detain American citizens. And he voted no. And look how that's working out right now.
My God. My God. Okay. So, is it true that the ACA payments are going to be like the subsidies for ACA is going to be shut down after January 1st? There'll be no more subsidies to help pay for the ACA. Is that correct?
I
I read that somewhere.
believe I believe I haven't validated that yet. But I do know the people's premiums are going to be where they can't even afford them.
Yeah, I was listening to Gavin Newsom was saying 600,000 in his state we're going to lose their insurance because of the ACA thing.
Yep.
Um,
Eh, And
how's
and
that going
that's
to
the
affect Georgia? How's that going to affect
oh
Georgia? I mean, doesn't that? I
that
mean, don't that really affect like the farmers? I mean, don't that really jump on the farmers? Really, don't they? Are they more the people who would use the ACA or how? I mean,
some
how
of
do you
them,
see that?
yeah, yeah. They I would definitely put them in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. Like, I'm trying to talk to some of the farmers, but because of my political affiliation, they don't want to talk. And I'm like, that's just amazing, because you're right now, you're going through some hardship or getting ready to go through some more hardship, and your Republican counterpart is not supporting you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So when the USAID thing happened, and we had Elon Musk with the chainsaw and all that, did it affect any of the farmers in your area?
Um,
I know it affected people here in
um,
Kansas, so I didn't know if it was was that something that affected any farmers you knew
we
of in Georgia.
Yeah, not in my district that I'm aware of, but I do
Mm-hmm.
know other parts of Georgia. Yes, it did.
Okay.
Um, right now, I'm just trying to figure out, because, like, we are very, in my district, we're huge chicken broilers.
Oh,
Is
okay.
one. Another one is the soft pine, and we do have certain areas for cotton. Um, but I'm trying to figure out, because it's tariffs are on, tariffs are off. So I have no idea if these guys are going to be able to ship their stuff, and what it's going to cost them, if they're running into hardships that way. Plus, when you look at the CDC, we're not tracking the stuff that we used to. So we have no idea if they've got bird flu going on, or what would
Right.
happen if their whole entire flock is gone. What devastation would that cost some of the farmers? And what would it take to replace them? That's the type of questions I want to be able to sit down and have an understanding, so they know they got somebody on their side that's going to be able to represent them.
So, all right. So you're running in a very Republican district, you would say.
Yeah. And because they gerrymandered it.
Oh,
And
okay. Okay.
and they added this last go around right before the election, added more red. I got more red counties, and they took away some of my Democratic areas and gave it to
Mm,
another Democratic area. So
right on.
yeah,
So it's like the DNC helping you right now, helping you
no,
raise funds, or
they
so
don't.
you're on
They
your.
don't. They don't support. congressional candidates.
Really?
Believe me, I spoke to Jamie Harrison in person. He came to Georgia and I had a meeting with him and I said, I really need your help. I need your support. And the response was, oh, we don't help congressional candidates. And I gave him a side look like, then who the hell does? Because the
Yeah.
Georgia party doesn't support federal races. And
What?
so I thought, what? But I'm a voting member for the Georgia state, and you all talk about the Senate race with John Ossoff. You talk about
Yes.
I'm it's just not making sense. But yeah, so the DCCC is what supports congressional candidates, and the funny thing is they
DCCC. I'm gonna
they've
write
already
this down.
identified 36 races that they're going to support, and Georgia isn't one of them.
Wow.
But they call us a swing state.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. And so here's the other thing, and it, this is why the average everyday American seriously cannot run for office, because if you truly want to run, especially for the federal level, you can't work. You have got to be doing this full time.
Yes.
And the thing is, there's a magic number out there that they don't tell you what it is, but you are not considered a viable candidate unless you make that number. So right now what's coming up is $500,000. If I don't have $500,000, you're not looked at as a viable candidate. They look at it like people gave you their money because they believe in you and they believe in the race. So because of that, now we'll start getting on board. But if you don't have that, you are just out there by yourself and you get that little thanks for playing at the end of the election.
So let me ask you a question. Have any corporate sponsors or whatever, donors or whatever, I don't know how you call them, come up to you and said, hey, listen, if you go with our way of thinking, we'll help you out or anything like that? Has anybody came to you yet?
No, not at all. And one of the things, again, it comes back to they'll wait to see how much money you have raised. They have this is what I learned from the last cycle was we'll watch, and then if we see you raising money, then we'll come into support because we feel our money can be used elsewhere. And I'm like, if you're not giving me money, at least give me an endorsement that you stand behind me. That's some credibility. And some of them, I could not even get that to happen. And one of them happened to be all my veteran organizations, which
Really?
again, I'm a 26-year Army vet. I worked at the VA, and that was the reason I ran, was because of the VA. I couldn't fix stuff there. So I thought, why? It just made no sense. And that's when it was brought to my attention. They're going to see how much money you raise. And if not, you don't get the endorsements.
Wow. I didn't know it went like that.
Yeah.
So
And that's why I say not everyone can run, because
you have money.
You need money. And then you'll have people say, well, money doesn't win elections. You're right. Absolutely right. But it gives you the resources to be able to hire people,
Yeah.
to be able to combat, like my guy has PACs and super PACs supporting him. Right now, since the election, these PACs, unbeknownst supposedly to him, have already been sending flyers out to people talking about Medicare and how Biden has screwed your Medicare and it's all screwed up, and my guy's going to fix it. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So it really costs a lot of money if you truly want to do a race.
So we need to get you some money, it sounds like.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so shout
Smiling
out.
Diamond. That's what
Yes,
what I've been doing.
Hey, shout out your website and everything so we can get you some money going or something.
I appreciate that. It's MauraKeller.com, and you can go, they'll have a donate button on there.
Guys, MauraKeller.com. We got to help this lady out. She wants to help America, and that's what we're about here. So I mean, there's so much stuff to go over here. I mean, all right, what do you think about? All right, what is your views on this new federal occupation going on with Donald Trump? I mean,
Are
because
we
I mean,
talking my
Trump,
military?
yeah, the military. I mean, as you're a military person,
Yep.
and you're seeing the military being used as, I don't know how to even put it, like a show pony. I don't know. They're not police officers.
No. Well,
What
they
do you
might. Some of
what do
them
you
are
think about
MP
that?
units,
Yeah, I
but
mean, but
they are not supposed to do law enforcement. They're not supposed to be there for that at all.
I
And
mean,
and
what do you think
when
about it?
I'm looking at them and I see them, people are posting pictures of them picking up trash,
Picking up
sitting
trash.
around.
I saw that
So
today.
so you gotta realize I couldn't I was trying to zoom in to see what some of their ranks are, but you gotta figure what their rank is, how long they've been in, what that cost is, and if they hit the 30-day mark, then they get all the extra, per diem, they get the housing allowance and all that, and healthcare. And it's like, what is the cost to the American people for them to do nothing? And it's and you see how we are becoming more of a police state, and he's trying to desensitize everybody. Because think about when in the beginning, when the ICE agents were out there, they were only talking about the immigrants, and we were only getting rid of the worst, the rapists and those that unalive people and all of that, and they were
Yes.
having you focused on that.
Yep.
And when he said that, I put a video out there, and I said, look, we have people doing it the right way. And because I was a big talker on Project 2025 before
Oh,
the news talked about it,
yes.
I explained to them, because we have immigrants somewhere within the system, we know who you are because you're doing it the right way. We know who you are. We
Mhm.
know where you live. And lo and behold, it didn't take long for them to start picking people up at their hearings.
Yep.
From there, it went to the racial profiling.
Yep.
We see the steps that it's taking. So then we send the National Guard into California because of the unrest and what's going on with the ICE agents, and they need to protect them and whatever. Now they have shifted that narrative. Now it's nothing but crime. We're not hearing so much about the immigrants. We're hearing more about the crime-ridden cities, and he's got to send the National Guard in there to save them. And it's like it just slowly changes, and that's what he's doing. So Georgia decided, hey, you don't need to come in because we're going to activate our own. And so that's what Kemp's doing. Kemp is activating some National Guard now. And I'm like, where the hell are you sending them? For what reason?
Dog
So
and pony show.
that's exactly right. It's all for show.
It's all for show. Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
All right, let me get your thoughts on this. How would you fix the immigration problem going on in America today? If you had a magic wand and they said, Mara, Miss Keller, you get to decide how we're going to fix this immigration problem. Because I have my own ideas on it, but I want to hear somebody else's. And you're way more important than I am at this point.
Oh God,
you're,
no.
you're actually running for something. I'm just talking on a mic. Um, how do you see the immigration problem being fixed in America? How do you see that going? I mean, what would you do? What's your ideas?
Well, we could go back to when the Republicans were actually creating at least a bill that we could have enacted, and everything, and they didn't think that the Democrats would jump on it, that they would say, okay, we want to add this into the bill. And the Democrats were like, yeah, okay. And then they're like, well, we want this added. And the Democrats are like, okay, add that one too. We weren't fighting that bill. And so
Hmm.
basically it was a Republican immigration bill. And when it was looked like it was gonna go to the floor, that's when Trump came out and was like, "Oh, whoa, wait a minute. You can't do that." And
Right.
30
Right.
days
I remember that.
later, 30 days later, we have Haitians eating your cats and dogs.
Yes.
Because he needed those sound bites. He always needs to have an enemy. He has to be able to have something that he can supposedly fix. And, like the caravans that never showed up. But the thing is, that bill would have been a start. Would it have been like 50%? Maybe not. Maybe it was like at 35%, but it was better than where it has ever been. And it had buy in from both sides.
Right.
Now it's like we don't want immigrants here, period. So I've always said, let's just talk about the DACA. The DACAs that have been here since they were children, the DACAs that are trying to go to college here in Georgia and cannot get in-state tuition. They have to pay out-of-state tuition. They will do whatever it takes, whatever they have to scrounge in order for them to go and have a better life. We have these people, they are doing um they are law abiding. They every 2 years they have to pay, like, I don't know if the numbers like in the 600s now. They have to fill out all the paperwork to continue to in the program. And the thing is, he's looking at terminating and removing all the DACAs right now. So let's give them their clear path to citizenship,
Okay.
you know, and then those that have been here for like 15, 20, 25 years, never have done anything wrong, have their green cards. Let's give them their citizenship. Why does it take this long? Now, we had people that went through the right ports of entry. And so they had it on their phone. They could show you their border patrol number and whatever. And we're deporting them too. So we let's have those entries where we can they can legally come in. Go ahead, put a monitor on them right when they come in. There's just so many things that we can do, but my God, to stop it because we don't want anybody that is non-white or who doesn't speak English. The problem is they are the minority, but they are in the majority of the power. You
Yes.
see, and that's the problem. And when they continue to spout what they say, um, people get to the point was, well, maybe they're right, and we can't let people believe that they are right. I just find it just so sad that people my son went to school with. He's 26,
Hmm.
but people he went to elementary school with, that they can end up being deported. They're still waiting for their let me be a citizen. It they
It's
only
such.
make they only make us better.
Yes. I just find it interesting that Trump doesn't understand that they actually add to the economy.
Oh, absolutely. When you look at how much they put into the economy that they cannot take out of the economy, um, and right now you've got how many people that um, have to, okay, they're now being deported. Places where they were living, now people are going to have to find someone to rent those places. Spouses that are American citizens, that it's like their spouse that's being deported was the breadwinner. Now what's going to happen to these people? I mean, it's creating so much um, uh, hurt that doesn't need to happen. But it's like, but that's what this administration's all about. It's the hurt, it's the cruelty. Because you are here for a better life, you're immediately a criminal.
It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life. What's going on with the immigration?
And to see some of the parents that are being detained and deported, and their children are veterans or currently serving in our armed forces.
Yes. Yes. I 1,000% agree. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. I mean, the thing, I was looking up some bills earlier, where Ronald Reagan, he wanted to have amnesty, but then I had to think about it. People like the Bush boys, well, not the Bush boys, dad and son, and then you
Uh-huh.
look at Reagan. Well, they were all border president. They were governors of border states. So maybe they understood it better than what Trump does. But I really don't think Trump cares.
He has no level of understanding. And again, when you look and you find out he's in his own echo chamber, and nobody's going to talk against whatever he says. It could be so like in a different universe, and they will say, "Sir, you're a genius. That is great. Let's go ahead and do that." He doesn't have the capacity to be able to understand the the role he is supposed to play. He thinks he's a tough guy. He wants to match his toughness with Orban, with Kim Jong Un,
Yep.
with Putin. This is what he aspires to.
Yes. Let me ask you. This is a controversial question. This is one I asked yesterday, and I'm still trying to work it out. He did an executive order about burning the flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Burning the flag is the worst thing you can do. You should never do it.
Right.
But isn't it our right to be able to do it? Where do you think about that? This is one I've been like when I asked the question, I think I got lucky last night that we went to something else, because it's like, this is one of those questions that, you listen to it. It's like on the outside, you listen to it. You're like, well, duh, Cameron, you shouldn't burn the flag. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. You shouldn't do that. It's against America. But then on the other side, I look at it from, well, isn't it our right to do that? I mean, what do you think about something like that?
Well,
What did you think when you did that? I was, like I said, I was conflicted.
well, when I saw that it was a veteran, I understood it from his perspective of
Mm-hmm.
how we see what's happening in our America.
Yes, ma'am.
But again, the Supreme Court, whether you like it or not, did say that it was part of your First Amendment right. So now Trump's trying to take that away. Again, everything he does is trying to repeal, push back the rights of everyday Americans. And he wants everything to find its way to his buddies on the Supreme Court. So this is just another way of him trying to silence people. So there was another candidate, and I can't remember where he's from, but he was in a room with Naval Academy grads and some Marines, and he asked them all, and I could see that it was a room of a lot of people. And he said, out of this room, was only two people that did not approve of that. No, there was only two people that approved of that executive order. All the other military did not. And so I just thought that was very, very interesting.
It is like I say, it's one of those questions you look at. But my thought was, I kind of took it a different way. Was, once again, he's taking rights away, but he's wrapping it in the American flag.
Mm.
It's kind of like how when we talk about women's rights with abortion, right? But we wrap
Hmm.
it up in the Bible to make it sound good. We're still
Hmm.
taking rights away. We're still
That.
taking them away, but we're wrapping it in something where it's like, well, I mean, if the Bible says you're not supposed to, but then according to this one Democrat, I think of his name, he's a preacher. The guy out of Texas, he's from the state or whatever of Texas. He was talking about how in the Bible, when it talks about the first person being born, Adam, God had to breathe life into him. He explains the whole thing. It's very deep. But that's my whole thing, was like, is this what he's doing now? Is he going to start wrapping these things into like the American flag? Like the next thing will be, well, you can't talk about the president because you shouldn't do that. It's not American.
Well, look at what he's doing on, if you talk negatively about the president, especially through the media,
Mm.
you don't get to the Oval Office for the press corps. I'm going to I'm going to sue you. I'm going to fine you. I'm going to take away your FEC license. So you got to look at all our various media. They are very milk toast when it comes to saying anything negative about him. And uh, and you see what happens when we talk on certain issues like that on this app.
Oh,
I have been shadow banned. I used to get tens to hundreds of thousands of views. Now I only get hundreds.
don't feel bad.
So, okay, we're in the same boat. So when you look at how do I get my message out, um, through social media, but you look at who owns all the social media.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got banned talking about the Epstein files, and I was reading from the Wall Street Journal. I was reading from the Wall Street Journal word for word because I was arguing with two people, and we're going back and forth. Me and these two other people. I don't know who they are. Couldn't tell you. We're going back and forth, and so I was like, "Well, let me read the Wall Street Journal. Let me tell you what they said." And I start reading. Next thing I know, my mic cuts off. And next thing I know, they say, I'm giving disinformation. Disinformation. And I'm like,
Isn't that wild?
how in the heck am I giving disinformation if I'm reading it from the Wall Street Journal? I didn't write the article. I'm just reading it. I'm just telling you what the information they said about what was going on. And I got banned for 2 weeks.
See?
And then I got banned again. Then they let me back on. I was talking about something with another Epstein or something like that. And now they got something on here. They said where somebody's watching if you talk too bad about Israel. That's another thing that I'm like, I don't. What are your thoughts about what's going on in Gaza? What is going to, because if you get to Congress, this is going to be something you're going to have to deal with probably, right?
Yeah. So
it's a sticky situation. Don't get me wrong.
it
I
is,
understand.
but you know what? I will. Okay. Besides, let me put this in some. All right. Anything that I'm saying, this is my view. This is based on what I see.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
I can give you some of my military background into that decision. Okay, so I don't have access to their classified briefings, so I don't know, but I know what I see. And the side note, let's just pretend you're on the other side. What you're seeing on one channel, what I'm seeing on another channel, those two will never be the same.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So from my channel, what I'm watching, I would say Israel is an ally. We don't let allies commit war crimes.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That you can see.
Yep.
They want to eradicate Hamas. You will not eradicate Hamas. We did not eradicate ISIS or the Taliban or Al Qaeda. You will not eradicate them, but you can diminish them. But right now, we have people that are showing you that those that are behind, in Gaza, they are showing you what is going on. And it's Israel. I'm going to say Netanyahu. Okay, we're going to just stick with that. I'm not saying anything about the Israeli people.
Right. It's not them. It's not them.
Okay, so Netanyahu is, if you say that you're going to target a building because you know for a fact that Hamas is in there, he will say Hamas is in there, but that building is full of civilians or children, and they will still do it. And then it's like, oh, there was nothing there. You knew there was nothing there in the beginning. Or when we said you want all these people into this section of town so we can do whatever military operations on the other section. And they never seem to hit the other section. They always seem to hit where all those people are. That Israel is supposed to be better than that with the type of people, the IDF that they have. They're supposed to be really a good fighting force. And
Hmm.
for what I'm seeing, that is just blatant war crime.
Wow. Wow.
And so that's Keller's opinion.
No,
And
we share the same opinion.
and if we're giving them weapons, okay to defend yourself,
Yes.
but don't use our weapons to hurt the Gazan, the Palestinian people.
Would you be
So,
okay if the United States were to say, we'll give you defense weapons to defend your land, but we're
mhm,
not giving you any more offensive weapons because of what's going on? Would that be
mhm,
something you would look at and say, I'll vote for that?
absolutely.
I mean, 'cause I understand that with their friends, their allies. I totally get that. But I don't understand why our Congress hasn't came to that conclusion. I think I've heard Bernie Sanders maybe say it, maybe AOC. There's been a few that's came out, but I understand that APAC pays a lot of people, so I totally
Yep.
understand how this works.
Yep.
We got a lot of them on. Like I was watching a show today. Hakeem Jeffries has been paid over $1.5 million.
My
Um,
guy got 164K.
yeah,
And he worked for APAC.
really,
Yep. Yep, he
yeah.
did.
Chuck Schumer, he's got over. I think he's got as much as Hakeem Jeffries, 1.6 million. I mean, Cory Booker's got. I think he's in the million. He's in the million range, or 600,000 or a million or something like that. But I mean, can't that be a solution that we can all agree to? No more offensive weapons going over there. I mean, what do you think about
Sure.
that?
Sure. Absolutely. Because they're not doing right. And the whole thing comes down, this is between Trump and Netanyahu. Trump doesn't is trying to say Netanyahu doesn't deserve to go to jail.
Yeah,
Stop going after him. And we saw what Netanyahu was trying to do with his own Supreme Court. Dismantle it. We
right.
see his right wing people, just like our right wing people.
Mm,
And Netanyahu is prolonging this so he does not go to jail.
right. The ICC. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah.
mm.
We sat there and discredited him. Yes, we
So,
did. That's
mm,
yeah. The whole thing over there is crazy. As an American country, should we worry about? You've heard of BRICS before, right? Brazil, Russia. Was it?
India,
India? Yeah,
uh-huh.
China and South Africa. Should we worry about those countries taking over? Like I know America's like this, the standard of like the American dollar is the standard. Is that something we need to look at? I mean, because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, right? Now I heard they're having a big summit coming up pretty soon because they were talking about how Trump's been trying to call the prime minister of India or whatever. He's not taking his calls. I guess he's tried to, according to
Yeah,
this report that I watched, it was like he tried to call him 4 times, and the Indian prime minister, I think that's what he has said,
yeah.
didn't answer the phone call.
Modi.
Modi, and then when Modi was in Canada, he asked him
Uh,
to come to the White House to eat, and Modi said, "Man, I gotta go over and talk to these people at this religious event or whatever," and didn't talk to him, didn't straight up. Should we worry about the BRICS problem as something like because we're making the enemy of my enemy starting to be their friend. You know what I mean? They're starting to be people like who wouldn't really associate with each other
mhm.
are starting to come together. I'm not like I've been nervous about it, just kind of reading, and I'm like, we're gonna be in trouble. But I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, you know more about this stuff than I do,
Well,
probably.
you know
So
what? I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about the bricks. I have been focusing on other things. So now you just get put something else on my plate. So now I'm going to have to go
I'm
do the
sorry
research.
about that.
I
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, this is good because I heard of it? Yes. Do I know a lot about it? No. So now I've got another thing to start paying attention to.
Yeah, because that's one they were talking about having a big summit, and there's a picture of the of India Of course, Putin and the leader of China, they were all in a picture together. I guess India, because of what's in the United States and the stupid tariffs, which I can go on day about that. They're actually pushing India closer to China,
Yeah.
and it's like something big's going to happen with that. And I'm just worried about it. I haven't heard a lot of politicians. I just didn't know what your thought was on that. Man, you got a tough road to hold.
But you know what? I thought I joke, but if the military didn't kill me, being a female, I came in 1978
Hmm.
and I retired in 2004. So the thing is, if it hasn't killed me, then there's nothing anybody can say or do. I know hard, and so hard is just an everyday thing for me. So I'm ready.
Let me ask you a question about what's going on in the military. Um, how they're treating the veterans, shutting down the VAs and stuff like what's the goal? I mean, what's the end goal with that? You think what's the
They,
reason? I
they
know.
privatize.
Uh,
They want to
okay,
privatize it. Go
okay,
go go go
okay.
look it up. They want to
Oh,
privatize.
I had heard
Yep.
that months ago, but I just want to hear somebody else say it because I had heard. As a matter of fact, where I heard it from was Tim Waltz was at a town hall, and this male nurse, stands up and he says they're trying to privatize the VA services through, I can't think of the company now, but they're based in Minnesota. I can't off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. And he was talking about it, and I was like, wow, why is nobody talking about this? Like the whole veteran thing. Like when I get on here, I try to bring up different stuff that nobody's talking about a lot. And when I bring up the VA, it's like nobody ever talks about it. Why isn't that a bigger issue going on right now in America?
It should be. Um, but again, who's going to put that information out? You don't see our normal news
Oh,
focusing on it. I will find more information through military.com, Stars and Stripes. They'll put some information out. But because I worked at the VA
hmm,
and like let's just talk about hiring.
yes.
It took me 9 months to get hired. I was in when I retired, I later on got another degree. So I became a nuclear medicine technologist.
Whoa.
So I was in, I worked at various hospitals in my area in Georgia, and they hired me in 3 weeks.
Mm.
As an Army veteran, qualified in my specialty, took me 9 months to get hired. It takes forever. Now, when you saw some of those firings that were going on because they were in their
Yes.
probationary period,
Hmm.
those were some of the people that we have been trying to get for a very long time, to
Wow.
include people that were answering the suicide hotlines, to those that were running our desks. And these were people that finally came on board. Um, one of the things is they're trying to push is for more community care, and I think that's great, community
Hmm.
care, so a veteran doesn't have to travel so far out of their area. um, but one of the things are in your rural areas, there's not always that specialized care that those veterans need, that they will only get at the VA. Then the second thing is we when you're at the VA, there's oversight. So we can make sure that we can monitor the type of care that the veteran gets. We can various doctors for various sections can go in and see what's going on so they know the history of that patient. If they're going to various doctors in the civilian world, those doctors aren't going to call each other to follow up on the care, to make sure that they're all working in conjunction. The other thing is we will lose oversight to ensure that they are getting the top quality care that they deserve.
Yes, ma'am.
And the second thing is based on the monies that the VA may pay, it may be low, where veterans will then have to pay out of pocket.
Mm. That's crazy. Everybody, we have a young lady on here is running for Georgia representative, Maura Keller. If you guys have any questions in the chat, please ask a question. This is a big time guest on here. Ask away. This you get a chance to ask questions of somebody who might be up there in Washington D.C. one day. So let's ask questions of her. Let's
You know
just
what?
get her knowledge.
You know what's good is, regardless of where the people are, their issues that they may be having in their state is what's happening probably in all states,
Yeah,
or something that might be happening in their state. It just hasn't come to Georgia yet. Or some
right.
of the stuff that's in Georgia right now just might not happen to go to their state yet, but for them to pay attention.
Let me ask you a question. I have something else I've been thinking about. I was talking about before in a couple lives. The homeless problem with we have with veterans. It just breaks my heart. Just breaks my heart to see veterans out there, and like some of the people probably that Trump pushed out of the homeless camps up there in D.C. probably were veterans. How do we take care of our veterans? I mean, where do you see like what's going on? Why we have all these veterans like homeless? I mean, where do you see? I mean, where do you see what's going on with that? What do you see
Oh,
from your point of view? I mean, because
yeah,
my thing, I'm thinking maybe it's mental health issues,
yeah,
probably
a
more than
lot.
likely. How do we
Yeah,
take care? I mean, how do we? I mean, I know this is a big question. We could probably talk about this issue for hours.
there is
What do you
a
see?
big
How do you see a fix?
there is a large mental health that component to it.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, let's see. And oh my God.
I know this is
Yeah,
one of
this
those deep ones. I've
it
talked about it a
moves.
few times, and it just like my thing was always this has to be mental health. But I mean, we spend so much money on nonsense. Why can't we
Hmm.
spend money? We're supposed to be America first, right? That's what I keep hearing from Trump. The MAGA people, America first. America veterans are the most America first people on this earth.
Right.
Why are we not taking care? Why I don't understand why we're not taking care of them.
What's interesting, when I've listened to some people
Mm-hmm.
that say they they discount them, that how do they put it? They become lazy, they become complacent, that they're okay with the life that they're living on the streets. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think there's that many people that really want to be on the streets. That if we, some of them, we could, okay, at my VA, we try, and we're not doing 100% great job, but we try to help some of them, like train them within the VA, give them small type of jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think there's a place that they can put them up in temporarily to kind of get them going. Um, but we need to do more of that. But again, the mental health is a big piece. Um, but I don't want to see what they're doing to them by rounding people up. And where are you bringing them? I hear what you're saying, but what you say and what you actually do are two different things with this administration.
Yeah,
So you
all the
say you
time.
want to get them mental health. You say you want to do that, but I, there's silence. We don't know what's happening to those people.
Mm-mm-mm. It is such a shame to see. It just breaks my heart to see how we're treating these people. How are we treating them? You know, and it's like we have no like. I don't hear the compassion from people actually. Like, I mean, I understand the big legacy media. You know, they have the saying, "If it bleeds, it leads." Right? I get
Mm,
it. If there's so much stuff that Trump does on a daily basis. I mean, hell, the only reason I mean, it's always something with Trump. I mean, really, my topic today was going to be about authoritarianism. I was going to talk about that, how we're marching into that. But then we had the school shooting and all that because that was on my mind. But it just makes me crazy about what's going on with these poor veterans and the homeless issue.
hmm
I just don't understand. I just don't understand We have all this money. We give it to Israel. We give ICE. I mean, the budget we just gave ICE is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Why can't we invest this on America?
Okay, that is that will be a whole topic for you to have just
Oh,
in one
trust
whole
me.
podcast by itself.
Trust
You
me, I
know,
talk a lot.
there's one thing that they came out with for the veterans, and he signed it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago,
Okay.
and it had to do with they repealed something that was there for that Biden did, and I want to call it VESPA, but I could be wrong. But this was for veterans that were going to lose their home.
Okay.
Okay, um, so under the Biden administration, say you had your home and you're behind on your payments.
Hmm.
What they would do is they would buy your loan, because like say you're at a 6 or 7%.
Right.
So they would sit down and they would talk, and they would make sure that like this was the last ditch effort. So they would buy your loan, get you at like a 2.5% interest. And whatever you were in arrears, of course, that would be added in, and you pay back the government that money every month.
Okay.
And it appeared that it was going to be a successful program because it was still kind of new. But Trump repealed it, and he replaced it with, all right, so say you're in arrears,
Okay.
they'll pay up to 25% of what you're in arrears, and they'll add that on. They're going to keep your loan at a 6.7 point interest rate. It's And I'm like, if they were having problems paying it at that rate, why do you think they would be able to pay it back? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
If they couldn't afford that 1,500 mortgage payment, how are they going to pay? They could have been able to afford 1,000 if it was at the 2.5 interest. The
Right.
government is going to get their money back plus the 2.5. Trump, when he takes that money and he puts it in arrears, he pays up to 25%. You have 5 years to pay back that 25% that was in arrears. So you have your $1,500 month payment, and within 5 years, you have to pay back the money that they kind of floated you, so you weren't in arrears anymore.
That's ridiculous.
So tell me how, and they're all in the Oval Office patting themselves on the back that this is the best thing. We had to repeal that from Biden because it cost the taxpayers too much money. Yet this is what you're doing to the veterans, and you're not making it easier for them. But
It's just crazy.
smoke and mirrors, and they don't explain it. So that's why I had to try. I was trying to put it together so I could explain to people, and they're like, well, that's not good. And I'm like, exactly.
That's the point.
Mm.
That is the point. So how do we save healthcare in America? So we're seeing that Medicaid's about to go bye-bye. I mean, it's, they're doing their best to really shut that program down. They're taking away the bottom 30% of any kind of financial to help the bottom 30, give it to the top 10%, which is just ludicrous in my opinion. How do we get the healthcare back for the people who need it? I mean, there's people who need this healthcare that they're going to lose it. What can Congress do to really to maybe reverse it? I mean, it's going to be hard. I get it. I understand. Are you? Let me ask you a different question, because it's going a couple ways. Are you a person that would agree to maybe, or look at maybe Medicare for all, something that Bernie Sanders had been floating around?
Hmm.
And it's something that he's been kind of he's talked about a few times, and I've heard from different other people. If they were going to make America great, one of the things would be Medicare for all. What do you think about that?
Yes, I agree. And then I've talked to some doctors now. They would be on board for universal health care because there would be less paperwork that needs to be done. Right now, the healthcare system is all at the expense of, look at all those healthcare insurance companies.
Yeah.
They are the ones that are making record profits off the backs of people. When you, so like my son, 26, he was on my TRICARE. And when he hit 26, he now falls off, and he needs to get his own. So as he was trying to shop, because he's works in the restaurant, he's got a high end restaurant that he works with.
Okay.
So they don't offer it, and so as he's looking for it, they $900, $900.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom, I can't afford 900. I'm like, yeah, you and everybody else. So you got two. When I looked at it, there were two things. So you find one that you can't afford, and say it's $300, but then and you're paying $300 month after month after month. Then you need to use it. You have your copays. Now it'll say you got a $10,000 deductible you have to meet first. So you're still paying your 300. You have to pay the 10,000. When does the insurance kick in? Then I talked to somebody. She actually pays 900 and something dollars a month, but her deductible is something like $2,000.
Oh, okay.
But that means you're paying you could be paying $900 a month for 2 years, 3 years, and then have to use it. And you might not need the whole $2,000, but the thing is, you are constantly feeding those insurance companies. And then when it's time for you to use them, how many of them actually try to say, you need to go a different route. We're not going to pay that amount. We'll pay this amount. Like I had a bone density test done.
Hmm.
It just as a overall health, and my insurance, it came out to $404 for the test. The insurance company paid $34. So think about that. That money has to be used to pay the doctor's overhead, the people that work there, the machineries and equipment, and their medical malpractice, but they're only getting reimbursed $34.
It's the craziest thing.
Okay. So everybody's making money, but we're the ones that are making them rich. So
Yes. Yes. Let me ask you a question. If you make it to Congress, what would be your first thing that you'd want to tackle as a new, what they call you guys, what you call freshman
freshman,
congressperson,
oh my
freshman
God.
congressman? If you're a freshman congressman, you walk in there first day after you take the oath or whatever. What's the first thing that you want to work on that you would jump on immediately? That's something that's like one of your main like topics, your one of your main things that you want to work on. Getting right there in the office, you want to get to work. What's one of the main things you want to jump on?
Well, this is just going to be on a side note
Oh,
because it's
good,
just something
please.
that I want to do is number one, for an equal rights amendment.
Mm.
Let's finally, it's we're going on 102 years that it hasn't been passed. Let's finally put that to rest. The
Wow.
second thing is the John Lewis Voting Rights Act.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
make sure everybody is protected. Let's make sure. So these are a couple of things. It's like, let's finally take care of everybody when it comes to their voting rights or their just rights in general. So those were two things. But you know what? I'd love to work on be part of like the agricultural committee. I don't know much about it, but I'm willing to learn a lot so I can make sure that I can be the voice of my farmers.
I
Um,
like
I,
that. I like that.
I definitely would want to be part of the armed forces community, but the House Ways and Means Committee is another one where the monies are going.
Yes.
Um, and I think that's very, very important. But I mentioned earlier there's a caucus that I would love to be on, and that's the Problem Solvers Caucus,
I have to
is
look
where
that up.
where you can actually work with people across the aisle. And
I've never
but
heard
again,
of that caucus before.
well, I when I was running the first time, I someone had asked me the question, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what caucus I would want to be with, and so I started looking, and that one immediately stuck out to me because it's like that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be working. We're supposed to be working together. I'm supposed to represent the people in my district. I'm supposed to be their voice, and it's like, how am I going to do that? So I am someone. I like to take my time. So when it comes to a bill, being able to understand it from all levels, too many people take a look at it from face value, and they don't really look at it like no bill will ever be 100% great for everybody.
Right, of course not.
So, so I want to know how many people, if will this help? Okay, put them aside. But how many people is this going to hurt?
Mm.
If it doesn't, great. But if it does, how do I mitigate that hurt? What might I need to have added to that bill so those people won't be affected?
Mm.
That's the way I look at things, but people don't. They just say yes or no, and they don't realize, just like the big, beautiful bill, all the people that they have now just hurt in their district.
And the crazy part is half of them didn't even know what was in the bill. There was
Yeah,
people that they actually brung to Capitol Hill. They were like
yeah,
specialists in certain spots, and they're like, so this one congressman, he's like, so have you read the bill? The guy's like, I'm reading it right now. He had the paper in front of him, and he's flipping through as he's reading it, as they're talking about the stuff that he's supposed to know about. He's like, I don't know all this bill. I haven't even read it. And I
that's
mean,
right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says she didn't even know it.
See, and the thing is, when you have that massive bill that they put together, and you're given just days to get through everything, that's criminal. That is
Yes,
totally criminal.
I think it was.
And
Oh,
and
go ahead. Go
again,
ahead.
no, on a side note,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
they we're going to when they all come back, they are all going to have to work on the federal budget.
Mm.
And it's going to get down to where which side is going to blink, who's going to shut down the government. They want the Democrats to say no, because we don't want to pull another Schumer. Schumer should have closed the government down the last time. They're going to be
Okay.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. But for me, if it ever came that I, as a Democrat, said close it down because of what they're trying to do is illegal, is not good for the people, I would tell people I will not take my salary. I will not take my salary as
Mm.
long as you're going to be affected. You can put me down on at 10:30 my time. I would definitely tell you I will not take my salary as long as somebody in the government is not getting theirs.
Wow, you're a fighter.
Oh hell yeah.
We need more. Okay, guys, we got to get her in the office because we got too many people that I've noticed that don't want to fight. They do not want to fight. This whole Have you noticed how politics has changed since Trump came in? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like Schumer is trying to do the old 2000 the 2000 politics where people would talk, maybe go play around the golf, eat some dinner together, kind of figure it out. Schumer don't. I don't think he understands that those days are dead.
It sure is.
We don't
It
have those
just,
type of Republicans. Trump is definitely the hell ain't like that. He talks crap about anybody that's a Democrat. I mean, his rhetoric is just, I've never heard a president, and I've known, Bill Clinton didn't like Republicans all the way, and he'd get mad, but they always kept decorum in front of us. You
there,
know what I mean?
that's what you just said is decorum. There is no decorum. There is no respect. Um, it's like a free for all. And yeah, there was no respect for the presidency. When you look at however way you felt about Biden, but whenever
Yes.
he was speaking, the disrespect on that side. But it was, we're better than that. We're better than that.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, yeah. Let me just put
Sometimes
it this: if I acted that way, I'd be in timeout for a very long time.
I know.
Yeah, a lot of
I'm
people need to be put into timeout.
well. I remember when I was a kid. I'm 49, and when I was a kid, it used to be like you would tell your kid. I was always hear this from my mom. Like, you want to talk like the president. Like, you want to talk like him. You want to talk like him. Look the way he acts. Look the way he dresses and all that. That it was something they always put that. My mom always put that to me. Even Ronald Reagan. She didn't agree with Ronald Reagan, but she was like, "That's the way he talks to people." You know. Would you tell your kid you want your kid to talk like Donald Trump? You know what I
Oh
mean?
my, no.
I would tell
And
my
that's the
pop.
thing is, if you were talking as a parent and because I remember when my parents would talk about the president of the United States and how important he is, and you would listen to the way they spoke. When you listen to this guy, it's like a no, absolutely not. I would not want my kids to listen to what he has to say because there's so much cruelty to what he has to say. Um, yeah, no, 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 thank you.
Hey, Big O, did you want to jump on and ask Miss Keller some questions? She's running for Congress. Did you want to jump on? Let me know in the chat if you want to jump on and ask her some questions. If anybody wants to jump on and ask Miss Keller some questions, let me know. I'll put you on the show. Just let me know, okay? I know there's people writing stuff, and I've been listening. I haven't got to any. You guys making some great points. Don't get me wrong, great points here. I just haven't read them. I'm trying to get information. I'm trying to get information is what I'm trying to do. I mean, you're a fighter. We need you in office. We need you there. What? Why do you think that these Republicans, they like, what's his name? Okay, Big O said he wants in to ask you some questions. Like
Awesome.
Michael Lawler from New York. He said he wasn't going to vote for the bill because the Medicaid cuts. But then he
Hmm.
changed his mind. Well, why do you think they're like they were so much against the people? Like, I don't understand why. Like Josh Hawley, he was another one. Medicaid cuts too bad. I won't vote for it. But then they voted for it. Why do you think that? Do you think it was pressure from the White House or?
Oh, absolutely, because they were already told they were going to be primaried.
True enough.
We're going to be primaried. To me, I would say primary me. If I was in office, because if I'm not doing my job, the people will vote me out. If you want to throw money at a candidate because they will, you know, hold the water for you, I want the people to know that I'm there to represent them. I'm not going to do anything at their expense. I've told people I am definitely people over party. And those that
Yes.
knew me in the
Yes.
military, I am someone, I, you cannot make me do something that is not right. And just so you know where I'm coming from, is when I joined the military, I came in as enlisted and I was a military police woman. And there were a lot of things that I fought for because they had rules and regulations for what a female could do. Even though we went through the same school, we graduated, but females couldn't work together. Females couldn't work alone. There were so many different things. So there were situations where I actually refused to do certain work because of the rules, but they wanted to change it because of the situation. But then when the situation got fixed, they wanted to go back to the old rules, and I wouldn't let that happen. So I fought to get things changed. And I was 19 years old.
Wow.
So I have learned to speak up for myself and what's right. Now, when I got my commission in '82, females were not mentored. The men were. They were told, these are the schools you want to go to, these are the positions you want to hold, these are the things you want to do in order to get to the next rank. That wasn't with us. So I would always look at people and I would say, oh, I like this about them, or the way they talk, or the way they handle those situations. And I would try to emulate them. But I had Vietnam veterans that I was so fortunate that took me under their wing. And they taught me, they said, we're going to give you two bits of information. Number one, never forget where you came from. And number two, always remember that the decisions you make or don't make are going to affect that soldier in the field. And that has been my North Star when I was a commander, when I worked at the VA. And that is the same thing on how I'll handle my district.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
so
Yes, ma'am.
anyways, that's me.
Yes, ma'am. Big O, you got some questions?
Yeah, I have a question about the Constitution.
Ask away. She's running for Congress, so this is the person to ask. I'll be right back, guys. But go ahead, Big O. Go ahead and go into it.
How do
Hi, Big
we,
O.
how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Um, Here, but there's a lot of changes been going on.
Yes, sir.
I mean, so fast, it's unbelievable. So how do we stop the Constitution from being held hostage?
I'm sorry. So how do we stop the Constitution from what?
Being held hostage.
Oof. Well, again, it comes down to the people. And this is where we go out and we actually let our voices be heard. And there's a lot of organizations out there that, are out there protesting. And so many people feel like, you know what, that's not enough. But you know what? It really is, because you're always seen out there every single week. We we won't and we can't allow this administration to take away our rights.
Yes.
Cannot allow them to dismantle the Constitution. You know, and Congress is just so complacent right now. We don't have three equal branches anymore. He
Oh,
is dismantling everything. They are all capitulating to whatever he wants.
speak on it.
So
Speak on
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, again, he owns the judicial. He's owning education. He's owning. Well, hell,
Mm.
here's a great thing about him right now. When we talk about the Constitution and everything, he he's going to try, and it's going to find its way to the Supreme Court,
Yep.
and that is going to be the scary part. Once to see how the Supreme Court handles that. So let me ask you, Big O, what do you see that we can do? What would you like to see people do?
Me?
Yeah.
I think we're in trouble because you got all these people that has taken the oath to the Constitution.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they failing it every day. They failing the test. I mean, it's no effort to help the Constitution.
For those people that are in like government positions, that you do take an oath when you're in those government positions, and the ones that want to follow the oath, they're firing them. And then you've got our military. And I'll be honest, I'm a little concerned about some of our military right now because when you got a lot of young ones, they don't necessarily understand, how that whole thing works. If they're being told by a superior to do something, they may not know that that's a truly an illegal order. And you look at all the brain trust, your 4-star, your 3-star being fired,
Yeah.
and those that refuse to do what this administration wants them to do, or this administration says we're going in a different direction. I'm like, what the hell different direction are you going in? It's crazy.
Yeah. It's scary. It
Yeah,
really is. I
it,
mean,
and who would think that we should ever have to worry about that? That we always say that we are an experiment
Right.
and we're constantly evolving, but we are definitely setting this on fire.
it's like it's a plan to do this. I mean, take away everything good and leave nothing but bad.
Well, and in Project 2025 is was a wonderful blueprint. And I think, I don't know what the number is. I knew it 3 weeks ago. They've already accomplished 46%.
Oh, they're moving fast. They're
They're
moving
moving
good.
fast. They're moving fast. And oh shoot, let me think. 34 or 64, something like that, was still in the works. So that is everything that they said they were going to do is actually happening. And you got so many people in the administration that belong to the Heritage Foundation.
Yes, they do.
So,
Yes, they do. For a place that supposedly Donald Trump knew nothing about, right?
right. And here's the interesting thing. I got a picture of him and my guy on an airplane with the guy from the Heritage Foundation. So, but what I was trying to remind people, and I did a video on this one, in Trump's first administration, because this book has been around since Reagan. If anybody doesn't know, this book has been around since Reagan. It was always called The Mandate for Leadership, and it's rewritten every 4 years with a hopefully, if there is a conservative president, that
Right.
they could go ahead and use this as their game plan. So when Trump ran for the first time, he actually executed 60 something percent in his first year. And the Heritage Foundation actually tweeted on X about this. And so he retweeted it. So they gave him the mandate and he was following it. So for him to say he knew nothing about it, I mean, we have the receipts from his first administration.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So we had 4 years to taste him, and it was bitter, very bitter, you know. And we did it again.
You know what I found interesting is, so whenever he would talk, I would say I was laughing because he would say something. It's like, man, he just pissed off the immigrants. Then he'd say something that's like, man, he pissed off the Hispanics. Man, he would say something, he pissed off all the black women. And he would just go through this. And I'm like, who's left to vote for him? But here was the thing. You could have, as a Republican, there could be 4 things, and you could say, let's see, how did it go? I didn't like what he did about this, and I didn't like what he did about that, and I definitely didn't like this. But this 4th thing, it spoke to me.
Yep.
They could ignore everything else that they didn't like to go
Yep.
after that one thing.
Yep.
Now Democrats could say, I could go for this, and I definitely could go for that, and I can 100% go for this. But wait a minute. You just spoke about reproductive health care. I cannot go for that. And because of that one thing, the Democrats will say, there's no way I could vote for a Democrat. So it was always so interesting when you find out the thought process. So,
It's wild, huh? It's really
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
See the
Let me
whole
ask you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Big O. Go ahead, Big O. You got it.
I think the whole thing was everybody was thinking, well, it's not going to affect me, and everybody feels like that in America. It's not going to affect me, you know. But it was. It was designed to affect everybody.
And I think we saw a lot of that. So many, you'll see videos out there of the other side saying, but I voted for him, but I didn't think he was going to do it, or
Right.
I didn't think it was going to happen to me, and that is it. The issue is not being able to think ahead to say it might not affect me, but will it affect maybe a family member or my neighbor or one of my coworkers? They aren't looking at it from their standpoint. It's all about them.
Yeah.
It's almost like I don't want to. Everywhere I go, I see military soldiers. I don't want everywhere I go. I got to see soldiers.
And see, that shouldn't be. And what we were talking about, uh, Cameron and I had talked about earlier, was he's desensitizing us to it by getting everything in place. What he's doing in DC, working his way to the other states. And
Yep.
again, I was mentioning that Georgia's going to do it on its own. They're not waiting for Trump. They're just now they're preparing to activate some of our National Guard right now. And it's like, why? What are
He
they going
showed
to actually do?
he showed them how it worked. I mean,
See?
it
Yep.
was a small sample in Washington D.C. That I mean, and he boosted up real big.
Everything he does is a test somewhere, whether it be starting with the immigrants,
Yep.
it was a test.
There
And
you
then
go.
he works his way, activating all those ICE agents, and it's a test. And, he's said, hey, he has no problem deporting U.S. citizens. So, I mean, he says things, and he's waiting to see what the feedback is.
Yes.
So he's doing them from a verbal standpoint and from an actionable standpoint.
I mean, take Texas. Look what they did. 5 seats. Come on now.
Oh my dear God.
What is this?
Well, and now look at that, because even though California said, "Hey, we're going to do it right back to you," but they're still doing it the right way because they're going to put it on the ballot
They're
for
gonna
the
vote.
people to vote.
Yep.
Right.
But if they voted no, I'll tell you, on so many levels, that will be the clear indication that they can go forth and do it. And the other Republican states are going to go forth and do it. 2026 could be in jeopardy.
But see, the thing they got a problem. They got a major problem. They got Donald Trump, and they are afraid of him, and he know it. He knows it. So he uses this. He's a home wrecker. He just comes in and like a bull and just tear up everything. Boom, knock everything over, and turn around and say he didn't do it.
And that is something he probably did as a child, and he got away with it. He had so many enablers around him, you
Amen.
know. But think about this now. And I was having a conversation with somebody. It's like, okay, he's in the White House. Look at what he's done to the Oval Office.
Mm-mm-mm.
Take a
Now let's
take a good
now
look at it.
okay, it's okay. Now let's look at what he did to the Rose Garden. Now
Yes.
he's got that all concrete. He's got all those white tables out there. He's got his white and yellow Mar-a-Lago umbrellas out there now.
So what he's saying? What is he showing us?
Okay, now let's take it. We're now going to build a 650 person
All
ballroom.
around.
Come
Yep.
on now, come on.
Now, okay, that doesn't sound like somebody who's leaving in 2028. I could be wrong, but I think we're going to have a squatter.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's coming. It's already here. He set it up.
Okay, That's exactly right.
Yeah, you
I
said it
think
right.
that's why he got all those ICE agents. They will do what he says.
Mm,
He will have his own personal, um, and they will end up somehow being his personal type of law enforcement.
right now, right this minute, they training 10,000 right now.
So how do we counteract that? So let's say at the voting booth, I think they're going to have ICE agents at all the voting places. Personally, because they don't want to do mail in votes anymore, right? He's trying to stop that.
Correct.
Um, so what can we do as citizens? What can we do to sit here and counter? You see it? You see it? I see it. Big O, you see it too. This man's not going to leave.
Hmm.
He already was talking to Zelensky because Zelensky's not having any elections because of the war, and he's like, "Huh, that sounds kind of interesting."
Right?
That's like what he said when we was talking to Zelensky,
Yeah.
because he made the point about Zelensky's not having any elections because of the war. And he's like, "Huh, that sounds interesting."
But see, the
How,
whole country gonna be up under martial law, like we was talking the other night. I mean,
yeah, how can we counteract that as citizens? Because we see it coming. It's
yeah,
it's coming. He's setting this up. He wants somebody, and that's what makes me nervous. That's why I try to talk. Every time we got young people on here, I always try to tell them, you cannot fight. You cannot fight. Please don't do that.
yeah.
Nope.
Because
Nope.
he's gonna try to put all he wants to go in these some of these areas. Feels like in L.A. When he was in L.A., the reporting I got was when I was watching was at first in the morning, you know, everything was good, it was peaceful, but
Mhm.
then by the time nighttime comes, right, the old people leave, the people with common sense, and then the knuckleheads come out. Then that's when all the problem they were shooting tear gas and probably seeing on TV. How do we stop that from happening? Because I think I can see martial law. I'm just like you got. I'm just like Big O. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you put all that money into ICE. And these guys
Mm-hmm.
that are in ICE are Proud Boys,
Stephen Miller
neo
was so
Nazis.
mad.
They're not good people. So some of them aren't. There's probably good people in there just trying to do their job. Totally get
But
that.
you look at the way, if it wasn't for people taking videos, we would never know what's going on because our mainstream media is not going to
Oh,
cover it.
you can forget that.
They're
Right.
scared. They're scared.
That's exactly right. So I am so appreciative of all the people that aren't afraid, that will just stand there and will videotape this, because we have got to see that. Because if we don't have it, these people, they're going, like, we've already seen stuff go to court, and there's the ICE agents, and Christy Nome and
Oh
in
god, yeah.
Bondi are, and now Janine Pereiro, they're all
Yes.
saying we need to get these people on felony counts. But you got people that don't have to identify themselves, do not have to show a warrant, and can be aggressive to you. I mean, we've seen the bodily harm that they have done to people, and that's supposed to be okay. And they're going to turn around and say, that they did it because we did something to them. They don't have, many of them don't have their body cameras.
Sure
They're
don't.
masked.
Yeah.
And we already have seen some people that are being copycats out there
Hmm.
and attacking people. So we have become extremely lawless, and it's, again, becoming the norm. And we cannot allow that to become the norm.
Oh, they fighting crime right now.
Oh my dear God. I if
I'm
you
really
I mean, but you'll have people that believe that. See, he came in with the National Guard, and and poof, just like that,
Hmm.
it all ended.
he's dangerous.
He fired the
Hmm.
lady. He fired the lady for telling the truth when she said the numbers was down on employment. He got rid of her.
Sure
Yep.
did.
No, so go back to that. When so I was tr- I did a I was trying to do an analysis last night. Let me see. I don't think I got my data in front of me. Okay, so let me think. I was trying to come up with all the agencies that he has said, I don't trust the the police data or the law enforcement data. So when they show it coming down, I don't trust that data.
Yep.
Then it's like I'm sorry, the Chairman Powell and all
Yep.
that people. I don't trust that data.
Yeah.
Then it's the labor and statistics and the employment numbers. I don't trust that data. Then the CDC and the NIH coming up. I don't trust that data. So,
Look what he did to Dr. Fauci.
well, yeah. Give him a couple of months. He'll be his home will be raided or something. Because that's one of the ones he wanted behind bars.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
But
Yes,
but
it will.
that's going to be very, very dangerous when he goes around and creates his own numbers where you cannot validate where those numbers come from. That's going to hurt us. Excuse me. To the point, it could hurt your retirement.
Right.
It could hurt your business.
Right.
Yep.
It could hurt your health.
Yeah.
So there's so much out there because they want a revisionist. We're going to only show good numbers, the numbers that I want to see, the numbers I want to believe,
Right.
and it will be at the expense of you.
I know we was in trouble when he used that Sharpie down there when he tried to change
Oh.
everything.
See, that is a perfect example. And so when you now changed those agencies that are now spending extra money or manpower alerting, since we now have to contact this now Alabama because they weren't even in the realm, but now we have to put people on alert, and they all have to be waiting. That was wasted money, wasted manpower.
Yes, ma'am. I'm telling you, this is such a kangaroo situation. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before.
They just
think
didn't
about-
rob FEMA. They didn't rob
And
FEMA.
And like I was telling Big O yesterday, we were talking about this yesterday a little bit. Or were you here, Big O? You were here yesterday, weren't you? Or the day before? We were talking about how fragile our democracy is. Like you're seeing something in real time that third world countries go through. Not the United States of America.
Right.
And it's just I'm in shock every time I wake up and I get on my TV and I start watching stuff and I start watching more
I say
independent media. Oh, go ahead, Big O. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I am 73 years old. I done seen a lot of changes. I done seen a lot of things. I live in the South,
Where do you live? What state, Big O?
Louisiana.
Oh man. Okay.
So I was out in the integration thing, and I was,
Yep.
it wasn't nothing nice. I can put it to you like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
You lived history.
yeah, this
You
is not my
you
first rodeo.
you learned, and here it is. We have now an administration that wants a revisionist history. We want to pretend and we want to repeal and send things back.
Yeah, make America great again.
I just, like I said, I mean, Big O, you've seen a lot. I thought I'd never seen anything like this before. This is one of those things you see on TV, like the third world countries, and you're seeing our democracy. You know, I always thought that Republicans were supposed to be like big rule of law people, right? You know, that's how they used to be. When I was a kid, they were big rule of law people. They were always, us about the rule of law and we're about the Constitution. We got a guy that's tap dancing all over the Constitution.
Yeah,
We got a guy that when they asked him, he had to follow the Constitution. He said, I have to ask my lawyers about that. You have to do what? You have to do what?
but when you got what he got, and the way that he is, he got control of everything. The House, the Senate, Supreme Court. They're giving him what they want, what he wants. So
So many. Okay, we got somebody from Jason here. He asking a question. Jason, you're gonna have to. Okay, you said great question. Good job. Hey, Marine's already on it. We're already on it. She's doing better than me. How do we solve
I'm
anybody?
helping
You're on it. You're already on it. I need to have you on here more often because I'm missing all these questions. I saw that you're sitting here making comments as we're going through. I done missed half of them because I'm just fascinated by you talking. I'm learning so much today. And so please expound. How do we solve any violence? How do we solve that?
So, well, we can't do violence with violence because that will get you the martial law.
There you go.
Amen.
And we don't, think about even though the Black Lives Matter protests were peaceful, you had some bad actors. And those are the ones that they would always say, those would be the ones that were there to do it purposefully, and those would be the ones that would get the martial law.
And those are the ones that always make it on the news. It's not not the quiet ones, the peaceful ones. It's the knuckleheads. Knuckleheads make the news.
But see, the knuckleheads are the ones that make it. They want it to be seen that they are all of you.
Yep. There you go.
So there
There
could
you
be
go.
5,000 of you marching, and these 10 or 20 over here are where they're going to put their focus on, and to them that is all of you. So
That's what, like I said, that's what happened in LA. That's what happened in LA. I watched it. I was sitting there watching it personally. It was, the news was watching it, and you see a changing of the guard, changing of the people.
But
Right when the people who were being peaceful left, then you got these knuckleheads coming up, starting up crap. Then here comes the tear gas, and here comes all this other this and that,
but I
and it's
mean,
like that's the problem.
and
it can't be no worse than what's coming out of the White House. I mean, they setting it on fire too.
Oh, they just don't care, and the problem is we have nobody. This is what I was saying. I was telling Big O this. I tell this a lot. I believe the first administration was bad too, his first one. But we at least we had adults in the room. We had the Boltons. We had, even Mike Pence. Even at the end, Mike Pence actually did what he was supposed to do. Heaven forbid. But there were actually adults in the room. These people are just worshipers and yes men and yes women. Like nobody's gonna stand up for the Constitution.
Well,
Nobody in that office. Like the only one I would say maybe, and even he's kind of like I don't know where his head's at. Marco Rubio.
he's so silent, but when he does talk, it's like, what the hell are you doing, Marco?
he under
I
control.
mean, but did you watch them when they went around to all the cabinet members and they were just throwing the praise on Trump? If you haven't seen it, you've got to go pull it.
I saw it.
It is, I mean, there are no words to that other than that was what a dictator, he could be Kim Jong-un right there while everybody is now telling the supreme leader how wonderful it is.
Yes, I remember when he first lost when he lost in 2020. Scaramucci, he used to work for Trump in the first administration. He said this, and I was like, nah, he wouldn't do that. But Scaramucci said, I give him credit in 2020 when after everything went down, he said, if he wins this again, he is going to get people who are yes men and yes women, and they're just going to be there to do his bidding. They're not going to be there to sit here and cover America. And he said, I'll bet anybody money on this. He said, because this is the way he's thinking. He wants people to cover his back. He don't trust anybody. He didn't trust his first administration. If you think about it, he was going to let his vice president get hung.
Yep.
Think about that. I mean, for everything else that you can say, he was going to, and they said when that January 6th was going on, he was watching TV. They say he was giddy about it.
And that was the biggest crime in history.
Yep.
Oh, I blame Biden's attorney general for not jumping on that. That guy. Good Lord. What was his name? What was his
Merrick
attorney
Garland.
general? Oh, Garland. Good Lord have mercy.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the first thing.
Horrible.
I'm gonna leave out. Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell messed up everything.
Mitch was bad too.
Yes. You're right, because we'll let the courts take it, put it in the courts. But look where that got us. Because come on, we know his MO. What he does is, so there could be 5 elements of a court case. He'll only do one, and then it'll go and get it repealed. I'm sorry, go to the appeals court. Then it will come back, and then he'll do like, okay, the second phase, and then wait for it to go through, and then go to the appeals court, and then he'll now let me do part 3. He knows how to work the courts, and he knows how to keep on having it drag out, because he's got the money.
But it's
He's
so much
got the
evidence.
money, and other people don't.
I mean, it's so much evidence on him. He called down to Georgia and got to get them to change. Oh,
He won what, 11,000 votes or something like
yeah.
that.
11,780 votes.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
more than what they actually had. Yeah. And to this day, we have people here still saying that it was stolen.
Mm.
My guy, during a debate, raised his hand to say that the election was stolen. So,
Did you know in the state of Oklahoma they're going to make that a required course for kids in school about the 2020 election? They're going to teach how it was stolen. They're going to actually teach that in Oklahoma schools.
although there was no proof, even though there were 3 counts, manual counts here in Georgia. And you have a Republican, Raffensperger, who said this was the safest, to include whoever, oh my God, I can see him, I can't think of his name, who said this was the safest election ever. So,
Go back to January 6th. Right there. That's when the Constitution was under attack.
Yeah.
I mean, they were slobbing at the mouth up there. So
I just couldn't believe Merrick Garland, after he was confirmed, didn't jump on that sooner.
Mitch McConnell could have stopped it.
Mitch could have, but where was Merrick
Well,
Garland?
Mitch-
Why didn't Merrick Garland do his daggum job? Like the second day he was in office, like if I was Merrick Garland and I knew I was going to get the position, but Joe Biden was in office January the 20th at 3:30, January the 20th by 5:00, I'd have already been on that case working on it. I don't understand. Like help me understand. Because I've asked this question.
President Obama.
Why did he take so damn long to go after this?
But go back a little bit further than that. President Obama had what? You could have had at least 4 Supreme Court nominees.
Because of Mitch McConnell.
That's right.
Say because it was a presidential year,
Yeah.
I didn't believe that they should do it. Yeah.
And see, Ginsburg, that older lady, she stayed there too long.
yep.
Yes, that's a problem.
Yeah. See, we lost one there.
Yeah, but I'm just blaming Mitch. I'm just blaming his attorney general. Merrick Garland should have done his damn job. I'm still going to be on that one. I'm going to be on that one until I can't talk anymore,
You're
because
right.
I don't understand.
You're right.
Like
But
I
the
do
Democrats-
not understand
But the
how you can
Democrats
sit here and
changed.
watch this on Big O. How can you watch this on TV and you're the attorney general, you know what I mean, of the United States of America? You are basically the police officer. And you sit there and you watch what happens, and then you do nothing about it until the year of the election, and then you decide, oh, now we're going to do something. What the hell were you doing for the last 3 other years?
You know
What
what?
the hell was he doing?
You know
I don't
what-
understand what Merrick Garland was doing.
But you understand how the Democrats work, man. They be trying to do other things and they don't want to touch that,
But what was he doing? What other things was Merrick Garland doing where he
What Joe
couldn't
Biden-
say, you know what, let me go ahead and do this is like more important than anything else. He just attacked the Capitol building.
Yep.
He sat there and had those people riot. His voice, he did that.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing from
Right.
his speech when he said, fight like hell. I'm going to be up there with you.
Yep.
What are we talking about? And then Merrick Garland sits there and twiddles his thumbs. this drives me crazy because I don't understand. I've heard other people from other talk shows I watch, like the guys who used to work for Obama. I've watched them. I've watched other people, and everybody's in the same camp. What the
What
hell
about
is he doing?
what about the documents? What about them? What about that?
Honest to God,
What about
that that was oh my God. If I because I used to deal with classified information, and
Yes.
if I even just had one out of place, I could lose my clearance.
yeah?
I could lose my job.
Mhm.
And for the amount of what he had, he knows nothing. I mean, you just got to know that people from other countries already know a lot of our secrets.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, you've got Hegseth, who it was a
Oh,
major, and he refuses to take responsibility. Again, as a military officer, that's one of the things you do is you take responsibility, number one. Number two, you learn about operational security when you're in ROTC. You learn about it at your advanced your basic course, his infantry basic course. He learns about it when he goes to his advanced course,
Hmm.
and you learn them at higher levels. And for what he did, he should have known better, but he refuses to take responsibility.
yeah, because he's a loyalist to Trump. I
And
mean,
and
I'm looking at Trump. I was like, good Lord, can you at least get a guy that does like the Monday through Friday show? I mean, my God, you get the weekend guy. You couldn't do any better than that. I was
You're
like,
not gonna
oh my God.
you're not gonna be on that team unless you sign your soul away.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah, you had to sit there and that's what I'm saying. When I look at Marco, I'm just like, dude, where were you at?
They took his soul.
And then
Now,
we
now
got
look
this
at
whole thing with they're trying to do treason on Obama, which is like, what are we talking about?
Well,
now look at some like when you were talking about all the yes people around him.
Yeah.
He's trying to also keep a little bit of that tight. And what I mean by that is there are people holding three positions, four positions. How many positions is Rubio handling?
Oh,
three right
geez,
now.
they gave him extra stuff, didn't they?
And my guy, Collins was given, besides the head of the VA, he was given two other duties. So I haven't checked recently to see if he still has it, but they have nothing to do with being the part of the VA. They have three very specific duties. So it's because he doesn't want additional people in there. These are his tight group. What the hell? Have another duty.
I mean, I mean, when you look at this administration,
Hmm.
it's a joke.
We are under attack.
Well, what did Putin say? I'll destroy this country without shooting a missile or whatever, something like that. He said, and it's like, yeah. I mean,
He's watching Trump
what
dismantle
does
the
he?
United.
My thing is, what does he have on Trump? Where Trump just sits there and lets him get dog walked by Putin? There has to be something. And
There, there
I know this is conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. TikTok. Don't take me off the air for saying this. This conspiracy. This is just me just throwing crap in the air. But what does he have on him? What he has to have something on Trump to where Trump's talking all that crap before they had that big summit in Alaska, right? If you remember, talking all that big boy crap. Oh, if he don't do what I want, I'm gonna put sanctions and then he gets up there. It's just a listening exercise, and I guess next time we meet, I'll meet you in Moscow.
what's he been
What the?
promised?
He was talking about Trump
I
lost.
agree.
He lost three casinos. I mean,
I think that either if they don't have something on him, which he did have a modeling agency, I guess they said he was up around that area. I think he's gonna try to build the Trump Towers in Russia.
he's been trying to do that.
And remember, he was talking about building a Trump Tower in Gaza. So he's gonna make it the new French Riviera. If you remember,
That's
he did
that's
say
right.
that. I'm gonna make it the new French Riviera, and it's like, what?
Uh-huh.
That's
Then
one
they
thing
asked him,
about
are you gonna let the Palestinians back in? Well, maybe, probably not. Oh,
that's one
wow.
thing about him. He'll tell you the plan.
Mm-hmm.
He he
We'll see
yes,
what
stupidly, but he
happens.
will tell you what he's gonna do. That's how
Mm-hmm.
arrogant he is. And he knows these Republicans. That's the problem I have. I'm just like, where are the where's the John McCain's of the Republican Party right now?
They don't
Where's that
exist.
person?
They
I'm
don't.
I mean, maybe the only one was maybe Massey, maybe. But even he was trying to apologize to Trump before Trump said he didn't want to mess on the Massey, like, what the hell with it. That's why he joined Ro Khanna for this whole getting the Epstein file thing. He was part of that.
Yeah.
Look how
He was
many
like,
Republicans retired.
yes. Are they
They
that afraid?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, it's like I've never seen such spineless people.
Like we was talking the other night. I mean, they can't
Jason,
even
they're
go,
not.
They,
they can't even go to their own town hall meeting.
They're
mm-mm,
scared. They're
no.
scared, and what they're scared of. And we were talking about this earlier, Miss Keller. We were talking about how I've noticed on my TikTok I was getting a lot of racial stuff, right? Black versus white.
Uh,
And at first I fed into it for like an hour, right? I was sitting there typing back, this is bunch of, and then I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, I'll be damned. They're trying to get us to separate because they know we're all catching on to the plan.
mm-hmm.
We're all catching on to the plan, and we know that it's not beneath Russia, um, Republicans, or whoever's paying for this crap to sit here and put money, pay certain people. Hey, just type some stuff up. Just get it going. Talk about how you don't like black people and how slavery wasn't that bad and and all this other crap. And here we go again. Now we're going black versus white, and they're trying to push that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is the new plan.
That's
Divide us.
good.
Yes, division. War on
See,
it. Yes, it's a business. Yeah, division is a war. I mean, that's the business. They wanted to divide us
Mm-hmm.
but see,
because heaven forbid we all pay attention to that big beautiful bill and understand how it is not for us. It's a big
all I know
beautiful
is
rich person bill. It is not for us.
this is how I feel.
Yes, sir.
We're on a dark road. And we got 3.5 years of this. It's gonna get a whole lot worse.
Big O, if we can get Miss Keller in the office, I think we can cut that down.
That's true too.
We gonna get her in the office because by God, I'm gonna mention her name every damn time I can. I'm
You
gonna
gotta
mention her. I'm gonna mention her website every damn time I can because this is what we need in office. If you're listening to my voice, like and share, like and share. Jason, you sitting here listening? Well, this is what I'm saying. We need to have fighters that's gonna fight for America. I'm watching too many spineless Democrats right now sit up there in that office and they just cower down. Even the ones you think are fighting really aren't.
let me
You said look at what's the guy I can't think of his name now over the House or whatever over the Democrats. What's his
Johnson.
name? Huh?
Hakeem Jeffries.
Hakeem Jeffries. He just as bad. He does all that talking, but where's the walking?
Right.
He does a lot of talking. Oh, he talks. Oh, he can talk all damn day. Didn't he talk for how many hours did he talk for? Didn't say a damn word. Didn't say a damn word.
But you gotta admit, the Republicans got all the power.
They do, but damn it, you gotta fight.
Yeah.
The only way you're gonna be able to beat them, they're gonna just try to destroy themselves.
Well, they're working on it. I'm telling you, that big beautiful bill is a destruction, but we have to let people know all the time.
People go out to vote, and what's so good about it, Trump gonna be watching that like a hawk.
That's why we gotta get these young people coming out to vote.
So I see a comment from Sharon. So they set aside 50 billion for all rural hospitals across the country for 5 years. That is true. But when I broke it down for Georgia, they
Hmm.
still would not have enough money for my rural hospitals to stay open. They would still be in a deficit.
Yeah, it's putting a band-aid on a open wound. Like You just got shot by a shotgun. Your wound's all the way open, right? And let
You'd
me
be
just get one of
lucky.
these little small band-aids.
You'd
It's
be
not
lucky.
enough money. It's a joke. But see, that's what they do. Just like with the big beautiful bill. Let me give you an example, right? So we know the tax breaks for the top 10% were permanent. So what did they do to the middle class where everybody just kind of shut them up, right? No
Mm-hmm.
tax on overtime, no tax on tips.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was talking to a guy, Big O, you remember this.
Hmm.
I was talking to a guy and he was like, oh, I like the big beautiful bill. I said, what do you like about it? He said, oh, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. And I said, well, explain this to me. Why wasn't it permanent? If he gives a damn about you, and he could, and he's like, well, maybe they couldn't do it. I said, that's bullcrap. Don't give me that. This man dog walks the Congress. He dog walks them. If he tells them to jump, they'll ask how high, and they'll actually start jumping before he even asks how high. That's what happens. Why wasn't it permanent? If he gave a damn about you, it would be permanent. So don't give me that crap. What they do is they give you a little crumb. Here's a little crumb while they're eating steak. They give us crumbs and expect us to be happy about it. Nah, you gotta sit here and you gotta call out for what it is.
And
That's what
what
you
you
have to
just
do.
said about so so like the no tax on tips. I had a lot of people that deal with tips
Mm-hmm.
that was saying my paycheck is now going to get better because of this. And I said, so I wanted them to walk me through this. I said, so when's that going to happen? And they say, anytime now. My paycheck is going to be bigger. And I said, why is it bigger? They said, because there's no tax on tips. And I'm trying to explain, honey, you get to deduct that at the end when you pay your taxes.
There you go.
They did not understand that. And they were trying to argue with me that I didn't know what I was talking about. So them, I tried to explain. So if you get cash tips, are you telling your boss? Well, no. I said, why not? And they said, because I would have to claim it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. But if you don't make $16,000 as a single person, if you don't make $16,000, you don't get to take tax on tips. And they're like, it wasn't registering. And so people, when it came to the overtime, that was the other one. They were
Mm-hmm.
saying, I worked a lot of overtime, so my paycheck's going to be bigger. Same exact thing. And then all of your overtime is not good. You only get a portion of it.
Yep.
And so now, if you made X amount of dollars, you're only going to take a fraction of that, and that was not registering to them.
I
And so
just
now, look at your Social Security,
Yeah.
same thing. So
Yeah, you just gotta sit here and just keep bamming it into their heads. That's why I talk. Anytime, like I say, we start conversations here all the time on this live, and it could be something that has nothing to do with the big beautiful bill. But by God, every damn night, that damn big beautiful bill comes into play. Somebody comes on here. Last Big O, after you left last night, I stayed on till 11:30. By God, guess what we talked about, Big O? That damn big beautiful bill, and I swear to God, I didn't even bring it up. I didn't even bring it up, and somebody brought it up, and I had to sit here and break it down once, and the guy was like, "Oh, I never thought about that. Never thought." Well, okay, you just sometimes I think the problem is we don't talk to each other. If you notice, sometimes on these lives, and I watch some of them, it's just like people come on, they just get yelled at.
right.
I don't mind if you
right.
got a different opinion than me. It's all good. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I've had people, Big O's been with me on a lot of these where we've had some of the most racist people on this earth, but I don't yell at
Ugh,
them. We try to keep, oh yeah, we had this
mm,
one guy, you know what I'm talking about, Big O. And he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And I listened to him. I let him talk. I let him talk for about 30 minutes straight. Wasn't it, Big O? Like 30 minutes?
That's a long
Go,
time.
going through his spiel. So then when I start talking, then he cuts off. I was like, okay, this is what it was about. You just wanted to talk your little racist talk and get it out there. And it's like, this is crazy, man. We're trying to get people to talk together Because if the poor people, if poor whites and poor blacks and Mexicans and everybody else come together and pay attention what's going on, we can take this country back. We can take it back. There's good Democrats out there. There's good people trying to run. But I think one thing we need to get out some of these old cats who are just part of the establishment because they're not doing nothing for us. I like Hakeem Jeffries. I liked him at one time, but when you really start analyzing what's going on, he ain't doing a damn thing for us. I mean, he really isn't. He's really not doing nothing but just blowing hot air up our behinds.
And
He's really not.
what's so uh, bad about this? The Democrats got all the truth. They got all the evidence. I mean, and they don't know how to use
Because they don't
Agree.
want to come out and fight.
it.
Like the only one I've seen really that came out, and I actually, Bernie and AOC started it, right? Because AOC caught it very early about, she was using she was using the pronouns thing, right? And when she won, but Trump won also in her district, she was like, okay. She came on TikTok and she was like, hey, okay, explain to me how that happens. So she actually stopped using the pronouns, the they, them, and all that. She stopped all that. So she caught on early. Bernie comes up, Bernie's just so fire. I love Bernie Sanders. I love Bernie Sanders to death. I love that old man. That old man fights.
Yep.
But now you got Governor Newsom. And this dude is hilarious. Calling himself the best looking governor in America. Did you see the picture of it's Governor Newsom in the middle? Then you had Hulk Hogan had his hand on Kid Rock, and there was two other people had their hands on like they were praying for him. And then there's a picture of Governor Newsom with his shirt off, and there's a big old tank behind him and the American flag, pulling some of Trump's crap. Just drives Trump crazy. I love it. I love it.
I eats it up.
I love that guy. He does have his own problems. Don't get me wrong. California is not a perfect place, but I do like the way he's trending right now. As my vote for president, maybe we'll see. But I've been saying that since January. That guy might be our next president, but we'll see what happens. If we even have elections anymore, so who knows?
Well,
That's the
Cameron,
sad part.
I gotta go. I want to say thank you so very much for allowing me to be on tonight and to be part of your live. And this was a great conversation.
Ma'am,
I had a good time.
anytime you want to come back on, I am rolling out the red carpet.
Oh my gosh, I feel
It is
so
all. It is all
honored.
for. It is all for you. We will not have any other guests. We'll do whatever you want to do. Anytime
No,
you want to come on, please come back.
this is fun. You know where to find me. So yeah, I do like your platform. It is so easy to talk and having conversations, and that's what so many of the other platforms don't have. They don't have conversations. Yeah, they talk over each other. They're
Yes,
trying to
ma'am.
outdo each other,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
this is where we can actually have, thoughtful conversations. And you know what? Come up with solutions.
That's the plan. That's the plan here, man. We all. That's what I tell everybody. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I'll go. I'll go wherever. I'll go
Oh,
wherever. If somebody wants me to talk, I'll go wherever. I'm trying to meet more young people. I'm trying to learn this Discord thing. So I had a young man ask me to go on Discord. I said, I'll be there. I'll be there. You want me to be there? I'll be there. But man, anytime you want to come back, I'm here Monday through Friday, 8 to 10.
okay.
You are invited to come back to be a special. Let me know early so I can sit
Oh,
here and promote this. Because I think
okay.
more people need to hear you speak. Because we need you in office.
You just made my heart good. Oh, thank you. All right,
Yes.
guys. Have a good evening, and I'll be seeing you around.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Well, I would. Oh, please come back. Please come back.
You got my word. I definitely will. Have a good night.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Big O. That was huge.
Yeah.
She's running for Congress in Georgia. MauraKeller.com. We gotta get her money up so we can help her.
Yeah.
I love her. She is very. I hope she wins.
Yeah. Me too.
I hope she comes back. I love her. Very smart lady. knows her stuff. I mean, man, she was on it. She is on it. We got to help her. We got to get her. If you're listening, guys, MauraKeller.com. If you look in the chat, she got her stuff in the chat. Maura Keller for Georgia. I think that's what it said. Yeah, Maura Keller for Georgia. Hey guys, get on her TikTok profile, like her page. I'm gonna look for it here in a minute. Here pretty soon when I get done. Like her page, MauraKeller.com. We got to help her raise funds. Let's put her name out there. She's ready to fight for America. This is what we need. Instead of people sitting there cowering down, we need fighters. And she sounds like she's a fighter. I like her. I like her.
I'll tell you one thing, she's definitely in church.
Yes. She understands the issues and she is willing to fight. And this is what you need. You need people who are willing to come on and fight. And fight for America. Not just cower down. Because you look at our Democrats right now, Big O. I'm telling you, they just cower down. It doesn't look like they want to fight. Like they're happy with the status quo. You know.
Like I was saying, they gonna wait to sit back and watch the Republicans destroy themselves because that's coming too.
Yeah, but I think the waiting thing is, I think people want. This is why people are down on Democrats. I believe, in my opinion,
They do good things. Joe Biden did
they do.
a lot of good things set up, but Trump come in and killed all that, and then you got
Yeah,
people
I
running
mean, I
around.
think, I think people like Joe Biden because he was a fighter. He has the what they say, the boy from Scranton. He was a fighter.
That
You
infrastructure
know,
spending was very important.
yes, jobs,
Very
jobs,
important.
jobs. I mean, it's just we need more fighters in Congress.
And the Democrats give it, but man, we vote ourselves out of it. Man, that's what happened.
Well, and right now, like we're not in power, right? And see now I'm calling myself a Democrat now. See, I'm independent now. I'm turning to a Democrat as I speak. But then Trump tried to take credit for what he did. Yeah, he does it all the time. Sharon says, then Trump tried to take credit for what he does it all the time. When the economy was good, oh, it's all even before he got into office. Was it Sharon? Am I saying your name right, Sharon? He was saying, "Oh, it's because I'm coming in office. Uh, that's why it's working so well.
There's
It's
no
all
problem.
because of me." Then when
But good economy.
Biden had a great economy. Here's the crazy part. This is what I find funny. When Biden was saying that Wall Street was going good and it's a good economy, Republicans was like, no, you don't count that. It's about Home Street or Home Front, some shit like that, right? But then when Trump gets in office and all his metrics of a good economy is based off Wall Street, Republicans are fine with it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. When Trump said it, it was fine. When Biden said, "Oh, what is he thinking? The people at home, the price of eggs are so high, and what's going on?" But when Trump says it, price of eggs are higher now than they were even with Biden. I know my eggs in my town are high. This diet $1.99 gas, I ain't seen it. I live in the middle of America. I live in Kansas. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it.
I
We
live
could
down here
use
with
your
all the
help.
oil. I live down here with all the gas and oil, and I hadn't seen it either.
Yeah. Sharon, what are you talking about? We could use your help. What we need whose help? What are we talking about? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. But this MauraKeller.com, yo, please get on. Please, let's get her on. Let's get her on. Oklahoma is over 250. Ma'am, I live in Kansas, right up the road. I think today I just paid 245, somewhere around there. So I totally understand. I'm in Kansas, right up the road. I'm right up the road. So totally understand. But he tells these lies. Just like, do you remember when he was talking about the transgendered mice? Right? And they're like, oh, they're making transgender mice. and then come find out it was transgenic mice. But nobody told them that hey, President Trump is it's transgenic mice, not transgendered mice. And he made him sound like a total idiot. The Democrat Party's rebuilding. I think it is. I think that we need to get this old leadership out that don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. They want to sit here and play the same games like they would do in 2000.
But I still got to give them some credit. They do some good things.
They did great things, but right now though, Big O,
It's the Republicans that
the
come in.
the fight is different. The fight is different. You can't go out with Trump and try to talk. It's one of those things. It's like, have you ever talked to a fool? You ever try to explain something to a fool? So you sit there, you talking to this fool, and you try to sit and have a normal conversation with a fool, and they just keep going. They say stupid crap, and you're trying to give logical answers, and it just doesn't work. Sometimes you got to be a fool to talk to a fool. Sometimes you got to act a fool. That's why I like what Gavin Newsom's doing. He's doing the fool. Sometimes you got to do Jasmine Crockett. Sometimes you gotta call, the governor of Texas with Abbott Wheels. It's mean. Watch a Medea movie. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can't sit here and just have a normal conversation. Like you can't have a normal conversation anymore. You used to be able to. They used to be decorum. They just back in the day. They just sit there, go play golf, go get something to eat. They would sit there and talk this over a drink. Heaven forbid, whatever. They'd go do something. Go chill out, just talk it out.
They drunk with power right now.
You can't even do that right now.
They stagnant all over the place, man.
Yeah. You can't even do it right now. Trump calls you weak. These people are scared. But then you're seeing cracks. Like when MTG came out and said she was against Israel about what they were doing. I was like, wow. She's a MAGA, 100%. And she's like, I'm against it. Sharon says the Heritage Foundation is going to, I 1,000% agree. I 1,000% agree. It's going to destroy everything. And the crazy part about Heritage Foundation, they're the one that came up with the Affordable Care Act. If you didn't know, which is I found that crazy when I learned that information.
Yeah.
Trump made racists feel comfortable with their racist perspectives while pretending it's patriotism. What Trump is doing right now, and I've said this before, and I was talking about this about the flag, right? He's taking our rights away, but he's wrapping it up in a flag. Just like when he was taking women's rights away, we're talking about abortion. He wrapped that in the Bible. Even though he could give two damns about a woman having an abortion. That ain't what it's about. It's about something totally different. If you ever want to know what I think, I'll talk about it one day. I think I blurted out one day what I thought what it was really about, but another conversation. But he don't give a damn about no woman having an abortion. But he knew he needed those conservatives, the white Christian, the Christian right. He needed those people to get on his side. He even came out with his own Bible, and they all sat there and bought it up. How many the evangelists, right? Evangelicals. How many of them came out and said, "Well, that's against God. We don't. What are you doing? We don't do that." How many did you hear? I didn't hear not a one come out and say, "What are you doing with that Bible? We don't. That's not our religion. We don't have our own Bible. We don't have an American Bible. What are we doing?" Did you hear him come out? I didn't. I purposely sat there and listened. I was waiting for these evangelicals to come out and condemn Donald Trump for sitting there being blasphemous using the Bible. But what did they do? They voted for him. Voted for him in droves.
They built a golden calf. They built a golden image.
They built a golden image of Donald Trump. That is very true. Let's see. We got Corey here. What's here? Well, Sharon says that man has paid for his fair share of. I'm telling you, he don't care. Corey says the problem is MAGA has a shared personality trait with Trump, whether it's racism, misogyny, bigotry, etc. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. The thing about it is, not all MAGA people are racist, but all races are MAGA. And that's how I'm going to try to explain it for now. Because I know people, but it's like, I know people who are MAGA people. And it's like, you don't even understand that everything he's doing is not for you. He lies to us every day. I was telling you about this yesterday when they were CNN had this little deal came up. They said, how many companies have actually started working or making factories or anything in America? And they showed how many companies actually, the ones that have pledged, we're going to give $600 billion to America. We're going to build over there and we're going to invest in America. Can you guys want to guess how much has been actually invested in America? Yeah, nothing. Nothing. To this point, nothing. Nothing.
The man changed the weather. Come on.
Yeah. Took away the weather with the weather stuff. Now look what happened in Texas. But some of that stuff in Texas was their own fault, though. Big O.
Yeah, exactly.
They were so with Trump when Biden offered them money, right, to have them a warning system set up. It was going to be, I can't remember, $10 million. It was something not that much. They refused it because they didn't want Biden in their business.
They said
And
they didn't want that devil's money.
they didn't want the money. Then look what happened. How many girls at that little camp that ended up dying because of their. I'm telling you, if I lived in that town, oh, I swear to God, everybody on that committee that called that didn't vote for that, I'd be putting my foot someplace. If that'd been my daughter, I'd probably be in jail. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah. God has blessed me for being where I'm at. God has blessed me. Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri farmers after Trump tariffs and defunding U.S. Yeah, the thing about it is, Corey, which I find very interesting. See, they were fine when they knew that Trump was going to deport all these Mexican people. They were fine with them hurting other people. They were fine with it. They were cool. Oh, we're cool with that. But then when it happens to them, we're all supposed to cry about it, which I find interesting. I do feel bad for him, but you still voted for it. You knew what he was going to do. Kamala Harris was going to give them a raise in subsidies for the farmers because Biden was going to do it, and she was going to do some of the same things that Biden was going to do. Kamala was, and one of them was to raise money, give extra money to farmers, probably through USAID.
Yeah, well.
But what happened? Elon Musk and that damn chainsaw. Here he comes with the chainsaw. Now look at the farmers. Some talking about they may close down. I forgot about the mass deportation that took away 40% of the farmers' workforce. Yeah. Oh, Corey, you'll like this. They thought black folks about to jump back in the fields. There was actually some of them I had watched on YouTube. They thought black folks. I don't know where they got this one from. I don't know if Trump was sending out letters or where the hell they got this one from. They thought black folks about to jump back in the damn field. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be joking. And damn sure if they didn't think that. I'm not even lying about it. I'm not. I wish I could be sitting here telling you a story and lying.
I don't believe you.
I watched the video. I was sitting here with my son, and we were watching it together. He was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" He was like, "Dad." I was like, "Yo," I was like, "Yo." That's all I can say. I was like, "Yo, what do you want me to say?" I had to laugh. He was suggesting slavery mine U.S. because he deported all the workers and said the farmers were going to be in charge of them. They would have to say basically slavery. Yeah. Oh, did you hear about this case in West Virginia where these West Virginia people actually adopted 4 black children? I don't know if you heard about this, and they actually had them like they were back in slavery. This world is sick. We have sick people. Yeah, I just heard about it today. I was watching a YouTube video about it because it's talking about the most racist town or county in America, whatever, someplace in West Virginia, and they actually, Big O, they actually had these kids that were actually had them back in slavery.
It's a lot of that going on, man.
Probably more than what we know about.
Yeah.
Probably more than what we know because the social system is so strained. They don't do their job. They don't do their job like they're supposed to, checking on these kids like they're supposed to. They don't. They don't do surprise visits and just walk into a house. You know. And I can't remember how they found out about this. I can't remember. But yeah, this couple had these 4 kids. It's just crazy. It's crazy. The kids are getting abused, stay there, and the kids that aren't getting taken away. Yeah, it's nuts to me what's going on with kids. We don't protect our children. I want to ask her about education. Damn it, I hope she comes back on.
I think about the 4 kids, but the adoption agencies need to be held accountable for even releasing
Oh
them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it seemed like to me that was a very poor investigation.
Oh yeah. Corey said he believes the family reported them. Well, that's good. I didn't get the whole thing because it was a bigger. The whole story was a bigger story about the town being racist or whatever and everything else. But that was just one of the stories that they didn't really go into detail about. I just heard that part of it. Um, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, we in trouble.
Mhm.
But this Maura Keller, I like her. If we can get her on, man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. She's a fighter.
We're gonna be all right, but we're gonna have to go through some shit. Excuse my expression.
You ain't got to excuse nothing. We gonna have to go through a lot of it. We gonna have to go through a lot of it. Hell, it's just August. Now the only thing that could save us, and it's a long shot in the dark. If this Epstein file thing, because it's not done. Massey and Rokana's got the survivors. I think 10 of them, if I remember correctly, coming up to the Capitol September the 3rd, the 10th, somewhere in there. I want to say it's the 3rd or the 5th, something like that. If this thing keeps going the way it's going, and MAGA turns, because remember, this is really what he won on. It's the 3rd. Okay, Sean, it's the 3rd. If this turns a certain way, I'm telling you, he already got the bro spear, all the podcasters, the big right wing guys, the ones that actually get paid from the right wing PACs and all that. If this turns, we could see something crazy going on, Big O.
Yeah, because he messing with everything. I mean everything. Even the big boy money. He messing with their money too.
Yes,
Not they shaking.
I mean, and now we're a socialist government. I thought MAGA didn't like socialists. Did you know we bought part of Intel, 10%?
Mm-hmm.
Don't that make us a socialist country now? Ooh, but don't say socialist. Don't say socialist.
Wow.
Well, that's what Trump is. Trump just bought into Intel.
And
But
God knows what else.
well, Intel was one. He is supposed to have rights over U.S. steel. He has some kind of say so in the U.S. steel deal. So we are a socialist country. How do the MAGAs feel about that? Where they at about that? I ain't heard them say a word. Quiet as a church mouse.
And he got him reaching and grabbing at everything right now. So.
There are going to be people that are going to start coming out.
Yeah.
'Cause I think people see the cracks in the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you, this whole Epstein thing is not done.
Yeah. The
It's
whole
not
thing
done. It's not done. Not even close to being done. It's not
is a
done.
lie. The whole thing is a lie.
Yeah, it's not done. He knows it's not done. That's why he keeps doing these things with the troops. I don't want to. I'm going to put people in jail for burning the flag. Okay, you're trying to cover up. You know this shit's about to come down. You know this is about to go down. You know it's about to get crazy.
Uh-huh.
You ain't stupid. He ain't stupid.
You feel that pressure?
He knows it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Epstein files really get to going good, and maybe he just leaves office because he's too sick. Because he does look bad. He doesn't look good. I will say that.
He looking just like how he putting out.
Yeah, he's pulling the same shit that he was putting out with Biden. It's coming. It's karma. Karma is something else. Karma is something else for that ass. Karma is something else because he doesn't look. If you look at Trump, he don't look good.
Something's been wrong with him for a long time now.
And even when he talks, it's like,
Just getting worse.
yeah, I think there's a little touch of dementia. I think there's something going on.
Really,
Did y'all see the veteran who lit a flag on fire? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We were talking about the flag burning thing before. It's your right, and I gave Miss Keller when she came on. She said, "It's your right. Don't agree with it, but it's your right." Because that's what she said. Because I asked her about it. You know, I don't know if he was on Big O when I asked her about it, but I did ask her, and she's like, "No." She's like, they took a poll of some seamen, right? You know, of the Navy guys, and there was like out of 11, 9 of them said they're not with him signing that declaration. Because it's your right. It's your right. But but Sharon, if you remember 9/11, we gave up our right to privacy. They were sitting there listening to our phone calls.
They never stopped after that.
No, because we gave them the right. We were scared, and we gave it to them. So now what's Trump doing? We're giving up our right for protest, even though burning the flag is not right. But we're giving up our right for protest because it's wrapped in the flag. And that's how they bring it. We take away women's rights, wrap it up in the Bible. We sit here and let a genocide happen. How do we do that? We wrap it up in the Bible. He was charged with starting a fire, but not with burning the flag.
Exactly.
Well, Trump had tried to put in law where you get a year in prison, if you remember.
Exactly. See.
He was supposed to.
He don't respect the flag. Trump don't respect the flag at all.
He don't respect the Constitution. He don't respect anything. He has no respect for anything.
None of that.
And make it make sense.
See.
Make it make sense. I still don't understand. It's not in the EO.
I mean, that's what's taking the oath is all about. I mean, that's supposed to seal everything, right? When you take the oath, and you're supposed to go against that.
Sharon says he doesn't know what the EO says. There's a bunch of them don't know about that. They don't care. Doesn't matter what it says. They don't care. They don't give a shit about the Constitution. He even said it. They asked him about following the Constitution. He said, I got to talk to my lawyer about it.
That's
What is there to talk about?
what he said.
What is it? What are we talking about? What in the hell are we talking about where you got to ask your lawyer if you got to follow the damn Constitution that you just took an oath for? And did anybody say anything about that? Did you hear any Republicans say, whoa, hold up. That's your effing job to pay attention to the Constitution. That's your job. Did they come out and say anything? Hell no. Quiet like church mice. Didn't say a word. Okay, well that's you know that Trump guy. That Trump guy's crazy. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Well, they got 3.5 more years to deal with this. So
If we get lucky and we can get more Democrats in the office, we might be able to shut down a lot of shit. Next November. People like Maura Keller, I like her. You never know how Texas is going to work out because people in Texas are looking at the maps and are like, this is not a slam dunk that they're going to get 5 extra seats. It's not a slam dunk. It really isn't.
It's a lot of problems going on down there right now.
Yeah, they because he got the Mexican vote, the Latino vote down there, but I mean, if you're Latino and you're looking at this, if we're being objective, you can't be happy what's going on.
And I feel like this too. Just because you're a Republican don't mean you have to vote Republican this time. Because a lot of
No,
Republicans are hurting too.
no, no. If you're a Republican, you can't. If you're a true conservative, right? If you're a true conservative and you believe in the Constitution, you can't believe in this president.
Mm.
Like, I mean, this is what it comes down to. You can't tell me that you're a true conservative. The party of Ronald Reagan, right? The party of 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 the Bushes. You know what I'm saying? The party of John McCain. You can't tell me that if that's what's going, if you saw this, if you're the party of John McCain, how can you sit there and vote for that? Right?
Right.
So we got Trey Sean says there's a few reasons why Hispanics voted for him. Well, I mean, I've heard reasons, but I won't go into it. It was a Mexican guy that was kind of broke it down. A lot of people don't know, but Mexico has a lot of racism against their own people. I never thought I'd miss John McCain. Listen, John McCain, I like John McCain because he was the maverick. He was always, if you remember, the Affordable Care Act got passed because of John McCain.
Oh
Or
yeah.
was when they trying to repeal it? When he cast his vote right before he died, he was sick.
They were trying to kill it.
Yeah, and he walked in there and he was the deciding vote. You don't have that. You don't have the John McCains anymore. You really don't. You don't have John McCain's. You
I
know?
mean, he tried to discredit the GI Joe soldier, top soldier.
Yes.
I mean,
And just like, I don't know if you was on here for this. When Miss Keller was on here, she said it. They're trying to privatize the VA. Now that's from her mouth, from somebody who's running for Congress. I had always mentioned it because I had heard from some watching a TV. I'd watch a Waltz, Governor Waltz from Minnesota. He had a town hall, and there was a guy that talked about it. That came from her mouth. That they're trying to privatize it. Okay, you know it. What's going on with the veterans? And Trump's just let it go on because he got paid. Somebody paid him. Everything that's going on, Trump. I mean, you have to realize, Sharon. You have to realize he's made over $3 billion. That's with a B. Trayshawn, you listening? $3 billion since he got in office.
I think it's more than that.
Well, that's what they can count. That's what they can. That's what they can track.
Way more than that.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked. Oh, we're not even counting his $450 million plane that they're gonna have to go through. It's gonna cost us $1 billion to go through and look at that damn plane he's getting from Qatar. You know that he's gonna take with him when he leaves office.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ridiculous.
What can you
He's
say?
ripping off the taxpayers. Oh, if you're taxpayers. You know, I was talking about this earlier with Miss Keller, Maura Keller, running for Congress. We were talking about it earlier. That big beautiful bill wasn't made for us. Mind you, he was talking bad about people in high places, accepting gifts, and he gets a plane. Yeah, yeah. This is what he does. This is why India didn't want to talk to him, because he was making deals with Pakistan. India and Pakistan ain't too tight.
Got that right.
And now you're wondering why India won't take his phone call. You heard about that, didn't you, Big O?
Yeah.
He tried to call India, Badini. He tried to call him 4 times. Didn't even answer. He didn't even answer the phone to him. Then he called him when he was in Canada to try to get him to come to the White House and have a meal. He said, no, I got some other people I need to talk to. Went to this religious site to talk to other people when he could have,
America,
India is a big time player in this whole manufacturing game. That's where Apple's at.
they got to
They're
be
they're
careful.
they're, they're big time. India is really coming along.
But you got to be careful when you talk to him. You can't tell him no kind of secrets or anything, any kind of information, because he will sell it.
In a heartbeat. Ain't nobody listen, nobody trusts America right now. Our damn head of national security was Tulsi Gabbard. Remember they thought she was a Russian spy?
They, they still think she is.
Yeah. Yes. This is the craziness of what we're dealing with Donald Trump and this administration. This is like I said, Big O, I know you've seen a lot. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I know I'm only 49. I get it. And you've seen way more than I will ever see. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I've read about stuff where, what bank was it? Was it J.P. Morgan? They tried to get this one military guy to overthrow the government, but the guy was so loyal to America that he turned it in. And nothing had Wells Fargo. I think it was Wells Fargo, the original owner of Wells Fargo. They were trying to overthrow the government, so they brought in this military guy, this high-ranking military official, and they were going to overthrow the government. And the guy actually turned it in because he was so loyal to America, he wouldn't do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
MAGA thinks we're respected because of Trump. We're not. Yeah, we're a joke. We're a joke. Like I was talking to her, Miss Keller, about, and she said she's going to look it up. She's going to check it out next time we talk. I was like, okay. BRICS. If you know what that is, look it up. BRICS. BRICS.
Another John McCain.
Huh?
Another John McCain.
Yes.
What he was.
Tough man.
Mm-hmm.
But Sharon, look up BRICS. It's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Look that up. It'll make you a little worried. Because with Trump, he's pushing everybody together. I think there was even a deal struck between Canada and Mexico. I believe they made a deal, some kind of trade agreement between those two countries.
Why not?
Well, why not? You can't trust America. At least not now. At least not until we get a new Congress in office where they can take the power of tariffs away. And that's what needs to happen.
The world is not going to let their country starve because of Trump.
She says, I know it's something UK doesn't want to be a part of. I'm telling you, they're going. So the thing with BRICS, Sharon, is they're trying to so the US dollar is the everybody bases their financial stuff off the US dollar, right? That's why we can do the sanctions on people because of the American dollar. BRICS, these countries came together, and now they're looking at Trump. They're going to do, they might, if they can get together to come with one currency, the American dollar and America's influence on the world is in big trouble. Maybe if they come up with their own currency, if they can stop fighting each other enough to come up with one currency, the American dollar and America's influence on the world is done. We're finished. And you can all start out with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
With his stupid tariffs, coming in here, tariffing the world, screwing up the world economy. Because it screwed up the world economy. If you look at it, the world economy was going in the shits.
America gonna suffer the most.
Yeah. But then what the other countries do? Well, why are we going for the United States? Why don't we go talk to China? If we need oil and gas, why are we not talking to Russia? Why are we not talking to other countries? Why do we need the United States permission to do anything? And that's what these countries are starting to catch on to. They're like, we don't need them. And if this currency thing happens, I'm telling you, it is a big deal that nobody talks about. It's very, very quiet. It's hush, hush. And I don't know why. Because I was just thinking about it, and I was sitting here reading. I was like, holy shit, this is a big deal.
Hmm.
This is huge. Because if this thing goes through and they could figure out, they could work the kinks out between these countries. And I want to say United Emirates or whatever, the Arabs or whatever with the oil, they're part of it too. They're going to start to join too. There's more money. There's some more money jumping in. They could take the American dollar out of our place where we're not the lead dog anymore. They don't need us. Now we're in trouble because now we don't mean shit to nobody, and they can do whatever the hell they want to.
You trust that money. You can't trust that money.
Can't trust it. You can't trust it. You can't. Yeah, because now they're putting our money with that damn crypto crap. I'm sorry, I don't understand crypto for nothing.
I don't want to understand it.
I've tried. I've read magazines. I've read books. I've read shit. I don't get it. Do you know what the fiat dollar is? What? Tell me what it is. If you know what it is, let me know. Since he decided to give up soft power, we've got no power. He's given everything up. And if these countries come together like they are, and they could figure out that little shit about how the currency is going to look and how it's going to work, we are in big time trouble.
See, what Trump did, he tried to fix something that wasn't broken. Now it's broken.
Well, he wants to go through his own way of doing stuff, and he thinks he's smarter than everybody.
I don't see I can figure that out. There's no way.
It comes entirely from the government declaring its legal tender and from public trust. That's interesting. It's based off the price of oil. Read before you talk. I'm telling you, this is what they're going to do, though. This is what they're talking about doing with the dollar. They're getting rid of it. If the BRICS, look it up. Look at what I'm saying about BRICS. Understand that there's a bigger game within the game.
I feel like if they had kept the infrastructure thing, we would have had more electric cars. We'd have had it would have changed a lot of things. Now we got no oversight on what's being drilled, what's being pulled out, or dumped, or whatever. The medicine program is going to crap. Scientists.
Yeah, we're not going to be the top in scientists anymore, or discovery of medicine. With these tariffs, I mean, if we get any kind of medicine from Europe or whatever, tariffs are on that. Because you can't trust any. I mean, a lot of these so-called deals we don't have. They're not true.
I wonder if they ever get things the way they want it. They have school in a way where it's only being taught what they want. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, program.
I mean, the whole thing about it is I don't know, man. I mean, I think they want complete control of the country. Here's what I believe with Trump, right? And this is something I've been kind of thinking about this. I think this Trump presidency is more about him getting paid, right? He just wants to get paid. He'll take anything from everybody. You listen, you want to get out of jail? Pay me $1 million in crypto.
But like you say, don't you kind of feel like he's compromised a little bit too?
I think he's compromised a lot.
All right.
You know,
He under a lot of pressure.
he's under a lot of pressure, but I don't think he cares. He done made $3 billion. Why would you care? I mean, what pressure do you have? You done made $3 billion.
Biggest problem is he don't want to get exposed, especially with the Epstein thing.
Oh, the Epstein thing's gonna be. It's right now. They said the files that they have right now. I think Rokana was saying 99% of it they already knew. So they're slow rolling this out, and that's why Rokana's bringing the survivors. I think there's 10 of them on the third, if I remember. Somebody said in the chat, 10 of them on the third's coming up there, so they can say no. We want the entire file out, so we can find out.
We talking about 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, violated.
Yeah, yeah. Because the thing about it is, if this was anything else, we'd already known who the Johns were.
Mm-hmm.
You'd already known.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell me, they were trying to say, I was listening to somebody, who the hell was it? Might have been Tucker Carlson. He was like, I don't think he had a list. No, no, no. You have to understand, this dude was going to blackmail people. He was going to blackmail people.
You got a lot of tapes too?
They said that he has enough stuff on his computer for, was it 30, 300-page books, if I remember the number correctly. I mean, that's a lot of information that he has on people.
Yeah, he recorded everything.
Everything. Everything. And it's like, these people are just, it's crazy to me.
And that's why he didn't hang himself.
No. According to his brother. Now, his brother said that his neck broke in 3 spots. And so they asked the coroner about it, and he was like, well, he'd have to hang himself from a 2-story building to break his neck in 3 spots, not in that little room.
Maybe Hulk Hogan did.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Host won't let me up. Money host. What are you talking about? I wish I was a money host. Jeez. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the Epstein files is just nuts. And we'll see how long it takes. I mean, we'll see. That could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. With MAGA. I don't know. I really don't know.
This should break the whole world back because, we talking about kids here.
You would think so.
Pedophiles shouldn't get.
Let's see what this says. Jinxter. You want to accept my request to educate you. You want to educate me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Where are you at, Jinxter? Let's see here. I don't see your name. All right, there you go, Jinxter. Educate me. Go ahead. There you go. You got the invite. All right, Jinxter. Educate. What you got?
So in 1972, we went off the gold standard, right?
Exactly.
What did we replace it with?
I don't know. Tell me. You're educating. What's going on?
We replaced it with the fiat dollar.
Okay.
Fiat dollar is based off of price of oil,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you follow that,
Mm-hmm.
you can understand where all of the economy goes.
Right.
So based on the price of oil, that affects everything, right?
Right.
That affects energy, it affects transportation, it affects everything.
With you.
Okay. So, based on that,
I trust in government. Oh, go ahead. You were talking. I'm listening. Did you get off? Oh, he jumped off. He jumped off.
Maybe he'll come back.
Maybe. Because I was sitting here looking at my chat GPT, and it says the bottom dollar about the fiat dollar, right, means the U.S. dollar is backed by trust and government authority. Not by gold or silver. It means the U.S. flexibility in global finance, but also creates debates about inflation, debt, and long-term stability, right? But what if it wasn't? What if it wasn't based off the American dollar, off the dollar, the fiat dollar, whatever? What if it's based off the fiat BRICS dollar, whatever they come up with? Have we ever thought about that?
It was based off of oil.
What if these countries say we don't want to be based off the dollar? We're gonna come up with our own currency that we're gonna base our shit on because we're done with the United States. That's all I'm saying, Jinx. If you're still listening, I don't know if you are or not. If you're listening, this is all I'm saying. BRICS is something we have to look at as a threat to America. I know what you're saying about I'm sitting here reading it. I understand what you're saying. Because around 60% of foreign exchange reserves are held in dollars. I understand. But what if, and this is what I'm saying, this is what I want you to think about if you're listening, if you're somewhere in earshot. What if it wasn't based on the dollar and it was based on another currency? Would that give us power over stuff or not? That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This isn't about, I got the fiat dollar. I totally understand. I'm sitting here reading it. I just read it. But what if the standard wasn't the dollar, but it was the ruble? All it would take is these countries to say, right, we're not going to go by that anymore. We're going to go by the ruble. Or whatever the Chinese dollar or the Brazilian dollar or the Indian currency is or whatever. Or they come up with a new currency. This is what I'm talking about. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not trying to say you're wrong. You're right. I'm reading it. Somebody say he's full of hot air. Jinx left. Okay. Well, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, and this is what people don't want to listen to when you sit here and you're giving an argument. If you're going to argue it. We're good. If you're going to bring it. I'm fine with that. But what I'm saying is this BRICS thing is a real deal. And people aren't talking about it. Because economists say, well, they'll never, decide on what kind of currency to run if they're going to do that. I totally agree. But these are new times.
You got to admit, though, it's hard for people to stay focused on anything right now.
It's hard when you're sitting there just trying. I mean, this is a simple argument he made. The fiat dollar, I've never heard of it until I just sat here and read it. The fiat dollar, which is, hey, I appreciate. Hey, Jinx, if you're listening, hey, I appreciate it. I'm just telling you there's more to what's going on than what you're saying. That maybe if you would study what I'm saying and understand what I'm trying to tell you, that these other countries are coming together. They're having a summit here very soon of these countries coming together. That's the part I'm trying to get across. They're trying to come together, right? And they're going to do something. I'm telling you, it could be bad. The only good thing is you got all these different countries and they got to decide on one currency and all this and that. And will it ever happen? I have no idea. Probably not. But you just never know.
It's going to be business as usual.
Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And do they hate the United States enough? I know India is not down with the United States. India definitely is not down with the United States. They're not even taking phone calls. Which I found that funny. When I found that out today, I was like, you gotta be effing kidding me. That's funny. I was crying laughing when I heard that one. I was like, wow.
Would you take it?
Didn't even take the phone call. I'm trying to talk too much about the past and present, not worry too much about the future. Is he? Yeah, I mean, listen. People want to listen when they want to get their point across. Get your point across. It's all good. I ain't tripping about it. I ain't crying about it. There's no crybabies here. There's no crying in politics. There's no crying in football. There's no crying in baseball. I don't cry. I don't know everything. I'm telling you right now. Let me say it loud and proud. I do not know every damn thing on this earth. Right? I don't admit to knowing every damn thing on this earth. I'm not that damn smart. I just learned something today. But if he was listening, it sounds like he just learned something too. Maybe he didn't like that too much. So it's all good. It's all good. I ain't tripping about it. I ain't tripping. Well, guys, it is 11:21. It is late.
Real late.
And I got an early morning again. I will be doing this tomorrow again from 8 to 10. Hopefully we'll get something. Let me get somebody else running for Congress that'll come on here. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, you know what comes after 1, 2.
I'm telling you, man, maybe we get another one. Cause I'm gonna make a TikTok about this. You'll be seeing it if you like my channel and everything. Hey, if you guys like my channel, I'm telling you, you're gonna hear about Miss Maura Keller on my TikTok. I'm making a TikTok about it today. Actually, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, because I'm going to bed. Tomorrow morning, I'm making a TikTok about it, and we're going to talk about it again. Sharon, come back on tomorrow. I want to hear from you. Because, damn it, I'm going to talk about this damn flag thing. I want to talk about this. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a good conversation tomorrow. Guys, I got to get out here. I got to go to sleep because 6 o'clock comes very early. It comes too damn early. All right. Guys, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Don't forget to go to maurakeller.com. She's running for U.S. Congress in Georgia, right? Go to her website. It's maurakeller.com. Hey, yo, let's support her. She's a fighter. She is a damn fighter, and I love that. I love that. Let's get her going. Guys, I got to get out of here. Man, you guys have a blessed night. I will be here on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Brighton. Well, not bright and early. 8 p.m. So it'll be getting dark. Put it that way. Big O, I hope you're here tomorrow.
Go to bed, man.
I'm getting out of here. You guys have a great night. God bless everyone.